All right. Welcome back to Define Insanity. Joe.
Huh?
Joe, wait, first
that was
of all,
a good one.
Casey,
you your Wheaties today? That was a good one.
Your dog is licking my feet here. What's going on?
No, that's me.
Oh.
You put a little tuna juice in your
Told
thigh,
you I
he'll
like-
lick a little higher.
Told you I like toes.
Boy.
I'm a foot fetish guy. I can't help it.
God. So, Joe, what's up, man? Listen, dude.
What?
You know I'm in real estate, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in real estate. That's what I do sometimes. I
That's what
dabble.
you've been doing this
I
whole
dabble.
time?
I dabble. But I had a little awkward situation today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now normally it's not that awkward, but my guests or whatever you call them, clients, whatever the people,
Clients, I'd assume.
Patients?
yeah,
Clients.
yeah. So they were
Residents?
I was showing them a house, right, and they happened to be of how do you say it? African Americans, blacks. I don't know what's socially acceptable. Blacks, right?
Didn't we not talk about this before we started rolling?
No, it's all right. No. But these people, they were wonderful people, and they were fucking with me, right? So I went to go show them the house. I'm like, okay, houses have names. You got the laundry room, you got the kitchen, you got the bedroom, right? But there's one room that is a little weird, when you're showing a nice black couple a house. And it's called the master bedroom, right? And they fucked with me, right? So I'm like, this is this. I said, and this is the master bedroom, and she's just like, what you mean the master bedroom? And she was fucking with me. I didn't know she was fucking with me. I didn't know what to say because it's like what you call it. It's the main bedroom. It's the master bedroom. But she kind of makes a good point. Like, why
I've
is it
heard
called?
that we don't say that anymore.
What? No,
We don't say master
says who?
You say main bedroom.
No, we don't. I still
You're
say
in real
master.
estate. You should.
I say master bedroom. It's the master bedroom because it is the master bedroom.
It's illegal.
What do you mean it's illegal?
Can't say it anymore.
I'm calling the cops.
She had me
I feel like I
going.
can't.
It was just a really awkward situation.
She should be fucking with you.
Yeah, but now I'm going to be hesitant every
Little
time.
white Jewish kid saying master bedroom.
I'm not Jewish. I'm of Ashkenazi ethnicity, but Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
All right?
You're a Christian Jew.
I'm a Christian.
Am I allowed to say that?
I'm a Christian with Jewish ethnicity.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like Jews for Jesus? Like that's the thing,
No, that's
right?
it. See, that's what my
Jews
friend.
for Jesus. That's
no,
nice.
dude, Jews for Jesus is like a specific sect. It's like Mormons. It's like a whole different thing. I mean, it's
Oh,
not
really?
like Mormons, but it's like a different sect.
So
yeah.
do they knock on doors also?
No, isn't that Jehovah's Witnesses?
No, Mormons not. They're definitely knockers.
Mormons
too.
are door knockers?
Mormons
Oh, yeah.
don't knock. I get Jehovah's
You're
Witnesses.
not from the West Coast. When you're on the West Coast, it's always a battle between the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons.
What about
knocking on
those other
doors.
guys, the ones that don't use electronics or anything? You always see them on
The
the horses.
Amish?
Yeah.
Oh, the Amish, they're great.
They knock. They don't
What
use
do they do?
doorbells.
No.
Did you know, not only that, the Amish don't have autism? Nothing. No autism. Not a single Amish person was ever born with autism in the history of mankind.
Oh, I wonder why.
I'm just saying.
No,
you know?
I know. I wonder why. Well, they don't have electronics. They don't eat processed fucking
they don't.
shit
They don't
food.
have all the crap all the poisons that we put into our body.
Yeah.
They don't put into their body.
Causation, correlation.
That's
Well,
that's
yeah.
right.
To see that
Remember?
we talked about that in another
Yeah.
episode. I think this is more of a causality.
Yeah,
and
porn
less of
doesn't
a
make me come, but it causes me to jerk off, which then makes me come. So, right?
Joe-
Am I on
Causation,
the right track?
correlation.
Is that
Joe
correlation or-
confuses me with all
causation or
these.
correlation.
Your rationale always confuses me.
I'm just
Casey,
trying to make
is he,
sense
is
out
he
of it.
correct with this?
I mean,
Is it correlation?
I'm going to
or
allow
causation?
it.
Yeah.
You're gonna allow it?
All right. Well, judge speaks. That's mine.
If I had a gavel.
That's mine. I win. I
Oh
win.
God! So, but anyway, let's get back to my real estate thing. So they really fucked with me, and I didn't know what to do. And then when I left the house, she finally let me off the hook and said, "You know, I was fucking with you, right? Because that's I'm not being. That's not a racist.
How do we feel about that accent?
That's not a racist accent. It's
Were you like? And it's the master bedroom. This is where you get down. Were you talking?
was
like,
that a Jewish accent?
I was trying. How was it? Was it like your
no,
Italian
you have to
accent?
go- no, my Italian accent.
you want
is all-
something to nosh on?
my Italian accent is on point. Your Jewish accent is horrible. You gotta give. You need a into a Jewish accent.
Justin is the king of accents.
Yes, I'm the
Yeah,
king of
yeah.
accent. You want to do a Jewish accent? It's got to come like this. What are you doing here? Do you like the house? Do you not like the house? I don't know.
Yeah, but that's easy for you.
This
You're
is the
Jewish.
master bedroom.
Yeah.
Come on in. What do you want me to do? An Italian accent?
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
God.
Hey, what are you doing here,
Oh, my God.
Do you like the house? Come on in.
Are you about to
Watch
die?
it,
or
watch
did
it
you just
slowly
come?
die.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Italian accent. As the episode goes on, it's just going to slowly die.
Yeah.
This house is a nice for
always loved you boys.
That's like an Italian about to die, or like just after
care
he
of my
came.
family.
That's it.
look after my children.
You're terrible. Just don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore.
What about a Russian?
This is like becoming the what's it called? What was that podcast? The Amazing show, Amazing Racist. We got Rusey Roo, and now this shit.
God.
Well, no.
By the way, we got a lot of letters about Rusey Roo.
Yeah.
The Rusey Roo episode was not
people
racist.
wrote in.
That's not racist. It's just a coincidence that. Well, first of all, why is it a coincidence?
You subbed out certain.
I just couldn't say her
consonants
name.
to
I
cover
randomly
your NDA.
picked R's.
I know.
We know.
And it just happens to be that Asians
Yeah, no, I
sometimes
did.
roll their
Accidentally
R's, their
racist.
L's.
Yeah, accidental.
But you can't be accidental. And once again, this goes back to my main point. The truth can't be racist.
That's true.
So when I do the voice of that woman, that's not racist because that's actually how she
That was her
sounded.
voice. Yeah.
Right. So it's not racist.
Got it.
So are we waiting for me to rule on this one?
Yeah, definitely.
No, this is a fact. It's not racist to say Jews like bagels, right? It's not racist.
Causation or correlation?
Right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's not racist to say Italians like pasta. All right?
Well, my people don't get mad about anything like that.
I'm just saying though, it's not racist to say blacks like chicken. These are why do people suck their teeth? The other two, everything's okay. See, I just don't get that. I don't think it's racist to say things that are true. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like I need to have a stance on this because there may be a time I need to get a job somewhere.
That's right.
And if I need to go on record as saying I don't approve of any of this.
I approve of it all.
No, definitely
okay,
not.
these everything that I just said, I approve of, and I stand by it, and I will die on that hill because equality doesn't have double standards.
I like it.
Let's make a shirt. Let's
like
make
it.
a shirt.
Yeah.
KC, get on it, huh?
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
Well, you
with
can't.
chicks with dicks on the back.
You can't have
StickyDick.com.
How could you have equality if you have double standards? If you're only allowed to make joke around about certain races and you're not allowed to joke around about different religions and all these things like we're not allowed to do this, but we can do that. It depends on who you are. That's bullshit. In the 70s, we all made fun of everyone. Everyone had a fucking laugh. You ever see a Mel Brooks movie?
70s. How old are you?
All right,
fucking
look,
old bastard.
When I say we, I mean the proverbial we. I was born in 1980.
What's
but
proverbial?
I don't even know. People use that in the sentence.
can't just use
I'm not even
words.
sure if I really know what that means.
But
I'm not sure you used that correctly.
What are you doing?
The point,
like the proverbial.
I thought that would slide under the radar. To be honest, I use that word a lot. I still don't know what it means.
Royal we.
Yeah.
We got to look it up.
No, but if you watch 70s movies, you watch Mel Brooks movies, and what was the one with the Blazing Saddles? Like you can't air Blazing Saddles right now. I saw it on TNT the other day. Blazing Saddles.
What do you mean? You just said you can't air
Well,
it.
it was 32 minutes long. It's a 90-minute movie down to 32 minutes. That's how much they fucking edited that thing. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That's good.
And this brings up another point now. This is not racist because, all right.
Are we going over everything that's not racist?
Yes. My dog.
Making a list.
No,
This dog is not racist.
No, well,
Most dogs are racist.
Have you ever met a racist dog?
my
Most
dog.
of them.
Well,
My
that's-
neighbor's got one.
My dog
It's
is
like-
racist.
It gets
It's
really
scary.
weird at the bus stop.
Oh,
The
KC.
dog barks only
KC.
at black people.
I know.
KC, this is so. All right,
It's not
I'm
racist 'cause you
glad
can
you
see
said
it
this
happen.
because this is literally
My black
my
friends have
dog.
said the same thing to me. He's like, that fucking dog's racist.
Dude,
So-
I walk.
I want to say I would love to have that conversation with a black person and like how has this happened
It's
frequently?
true.
Because like I do think we need to round up these dogs
I've
and
had-
put
I've
them
had-
down.
yeah.
No, my dog is. Look, first of all, my
For
dog.
the good of American society, we got to put these dogs down.
Look, my dog is not a Klansman, but my dog does bark and growl at black people, but only at night. Because in the daytime, nothing. I don't know what's going on there. So I don't think it's a racist thing. I think it's maybe an eyesight thing. Because it's dark and, and once again, not race. These are just facts. Black people have darker skin. And at nighttime, maybe the dog can't see the human as clearly. Why are you guys looking at me like this?
I was just looking down at the floor.
Yeah.
I have black members in my family. I love them so much. You have no idea. I'm not being racist. This is just how
You
else?
just happen to have a racist dog.
No, only at night. No, my dog's only racist
Let me
at
ask
night.
you this: your dog's racism, is that correlation or causation?
No, I don't think it's
causation?
racist. This is what I'm trying to say. I
What
think
caused this?
I think it just appears to be racist to us,
Well,
but I
no,
think there's
because-
more going on
No,
with
because
dogs.
there are dogs that are you could see it. You could see them barking at only one.
I see their bias
Yeah.
in there.
So then, why does my dog
but
only bark
wait.
at black people at nighttime, and at daytime hugs and kisses to everyone?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you ask him?
I don't know, but I walk her at night, and we go by there's this crab shack near my house called Ben's Crab Shack.
I've walked past that, driven past that many times.
Right, and there's their clientele is there's a lot of black people there. So I mean, once again, these is why are you guys giving these faces? It's just the facts.
Do you have the statistics?
Why is it racist for me to point out facts?
Have you seen their books?
I walk past it every night when I take my dog for a walk, and there's glass windows. Trust me, they all walk to their car. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's their clientele.
So, question: what are you doing continuing to walk your racist fucking dog?
There's no other way.
Ben's Crab Shack.
I live in a.
Can't you go a different direction?
Dude, if it was Ben's Deli, it'd be a bunch of Jews walking out, right? Right?
I don't know.
Of course.
Never been to Ben's Deli.
A bunch of Jews with pastrami hanging out of their mouth. Oh, what do you want to do?
I love Jewish delis, and I love crab shack. Is this a bit, though? Because this is a lot like Curb Your Enthusiasm when Larry David meets that guy who has, I don't know if it's a German Shepherd or something else, and he says the dog's racist, that he's like... because the dog's going after him, he's barking at him. He's like,
no, this
crazy.
is not a bit.
And Larry David does this, sit, but Hail Hitler, the thing.
Yeah, for the listeners, Joe is doing a Hail Hitler sign.
And the guy sat down. I'm just going over what Larry David did.
Joe is Heiling Hitler, just for the listeners. For the record, Joe is Heiling Hitler.
The dog is trying to attack Larry David, so it tells it to sit. But when he does it, he makes the Hail Hitler sign and the dog sits. So the whole episode is about this dog being a Hitler dog.
So now it's okay to say these things.
You know what? I'll allow it.
See, why do I get the looks from you people when I talk about
what do you mean you
things
people? What do you mean you people?
You fucking suck.
What are you talking
You guys
about?
fucking suck, man. Fucking assholes.
Anyway,
my dog is not racist. I just think it's an eyesight thing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
but
I'll allow it.
It does get a little awkward at night because we got the same kids that hang around. Not the people from Ben's Crab Shack, but the same kids that hang around the supermarket behind the supermarket where I live, and it's the same group of kids every time. And there's it's like 6 or 7 whites and Asians and one black dude. And every night they all know her name. Madison's here. Madison goes up to each one of them, gives them hugs and kisses, little tail wagging. Oh, so cute. And then when it gets to Jake, that's his name, the one black dude. He's an awesome dude. But when it gets to Jake, Madison just and I have to
be awkward.
I have to hold her back, and then goes to the next person. Hugs and kisses like a switch.
Oh man,
it gets awkward.
They probably think you train them that way.
I know that's what I think's going on, but it's really awkward because everyone knows what's going on, but no one wants to say she's growling at him because he's black. But it's not, but the point being, it's not because in the daytime everything's
fine with black.
Yeah, she's fine with black in the daytime. It's just at nighttime. So come on, KC.
Okay.
What do you think? What's your ruling here? Is it an eyesight issue, or is my dog a little David Duke neo-Nazi?
Neo-Nazi.
I don't know, man. It's
hard to tell. Too close to tell. Too close.
I'd have to.
She is German. She's a Schnauzer.
Well, I think that's very
not helping the argument.
No, I think that sums it up.
Yeah, I think you answered your own question there.
What are you doing after this? Going to a clan meeting?
Oh, you guys
dropping his dog
suck.
off.
You people, man. You people.
Again with the you people.
See, but the whole point is look at this. I can call Joe a Ginzo Dago Wop greaseball.
No, you can't. I'm just fucking a Neanderthal retard and don't care.
See, KC, he used the R word. He said retard.
Yeah, I'm saying about myself. Why? What's wrong with that?
Is that okay?
He said it about himself.
You could use it if you said it about yourself?
That's a gray area.
Does that go for everything?
It's a gray area.
Can I call myself
Wait, that's the thing that's what's weird about Jews, though, right? Because
why are you saying it like that, Jews? You're saying it like derogatory,
yeah,
Jews.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because every other nationality has like Dago Wop. I'm not going to say the other ones. I could say that I'm Italian, obviously. Yeah, but Jew, you don't need to say anything. There's some derogatory terms.
Just Jew is derogatory.
Just the way
it's
you
how
say it.
You say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all in the tone.
Jew, you say
right?
That,
you could say, look at that Jew getting a bagel. It's like something about that is a little it's a little racist, right?
As an Armenian, I've never encountered any sort of tone when someone's like, Look at that Armenian eating shawarma.
Wait a
You know what I
second.
mean? Like, I
Time out.
I don't think I would
Time
feel
out. You're
hostility.
Armenian?
Just because you
You're
cut
Armenian?
it short? Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about this
My
once
grandmother's
before.
Armenian.
We've talked about this before.
You don't remember anything? Yeah.
Yeah, remember?
So you're like the Kardashians?
When we were talking
basically
about
I'm like Cher meets Kardashian.
yeah. Oh,
Casey's
so
like a
hot.
You can't tell.
Kardashian.
I
know.
inherited my grandmother's beard.
Is that weird that I
my
just went from
God.
6 to midnight? Just
Aw,
from him saying that?
Joe, it's not. I mean, it's weird, but for you, it's pretty on par for the course.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
which is also weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his own.
Yeah,
thing.
but that is weird that just shortening the name becomes like,
What?
can't do it.
What?
Instead of saying Jewish, saying Jew. I'm sorry, my big fingers.
Well,
keep smacking
I
the
was
phone.
told by someone that Jew is like the real like the Israeli Jew, and then Jewish is like he's a little Jewish, like ish. He's not what like the American Jew
That
is more
can't be
Jewish.
true.
He's a little Jewish.
Where'd you hear that
he's not.
from?
He's not a Jew.
Who
but
told
he's
you
a
that?
little
Your dog?
Jewish. No, but it makes sense,
Did
right?
Madison tell you that?
It makes sense, right? He's not a Jew. He's a little Jewish. He's a little Jewish. You know
what?
the
You know
ish.
what? I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think
All right,
it's
no,
good.
this is good. All right,
Yeah.
so we've officially got kicked off air. But
So, no, nothing we said was wrong. We are about equality, and we will talk about everyone the
We'll see how
same.
much of this makes the final cut.
It should all make the final cut, all right?
I
all of
know.
it should make the final
We'll
cut.
fix it in
God,
post.
yeah.
Well,
So we're gonna have to reshoot that intro, guys. All
No,
right.
that was
We lost
awesome.
all 17 minutes.
comedy is comedy. I suggest all of you listeners go out there and watch Blazing Saddles or a nice Mel Brooks movie and really start to understand what true equality means.
No, yeah, I'm joking.
What is the quote that we're going to put on shirts? You can't have equality with double standards. All right? Now, that is.
Who said we're putting that on a shirt?
KC said, let's make shirts out of it.
I mean,
The Armenian over here, despite his racial handicap, he has good ideas.
I don't like how you just said Armenian.
All right, well, that's good. It's
So,
good.
Joe,
It's
do we
up.
have I heard we have like a guest in the green room
Yeah,
that's
man.
that's related to you. Is he your brother?
Yeah.
Your brother's in the green room?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm excited.
Did
I'm
you
excited.
did we put enough spiced meats in there for him?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. Ask the WAP when he gets down
Ah, come on, Joe. We should put some meatballs up there for him, huh?
here. Next time.
Little
Next time,
sausage,
next time.
yeah,
Yeah,
little
yeah.
little sausage.
Yeah.
You want a nice meatball?
Sounding weaker.
Yeah, but he only likes like 6 inches and under. He's not like you. He doesn't go for the footlongs.
What about a Genoa salami? You like it a Genoa?
That's good. You sounded a little more alive. Like
You
you're
know what?
He
like
might pull
78.
through.
Yeah.
Gabagool.
What'd you get? Radiation? You coming back? All right. Let's bring him down. Hey, Lewis, why don't you come down here?
Come on down. Oh, Lewis.
Oh, he's excited.
geez.
He's excited to get here. Look
Oh,
at him.
that's a lot of
Yeah.
feet. Oh,
He's
you
excited.
all right there, buddy? Welcome.
Welcome, Will.
So Joe's brother, Lewis, is joining us for this show. Lewis, what's up, man? Introduce yourself.
How you doing, everybody? My name's Lou. I'm Joe's brother. I'm his older brother. Oh, no, last names? My bad.
We'll
Fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post, like
yeah.
everything else on this episode.
No, we better not fix that opening in post. That was gold, I tell you, gold.
Oh, man.
Say Joe's oldest brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think about our? You were in the green room in eating our spiced meats that we give you. Now, what did you think about our opening? Did you think it was appropriate?
We were piping in live audio to the green room.
We do.
Yeah.
And those, I would be careful with some of those meats because we don't refrigerate a lot of them. So if you ate too much of it, let us know. We'll give you a
Might have
bag.
gone bad a week ago.
I don't know,
yeah.
to be
Bruce
I
honest.
mean, the
does a good
spicy
job with that.
Capacol and the super side were perfect.
Yeah.
The super side and the si gabagol,
Yeah.
gabagol.
No, you don't say it. You sound racist. when you say it.
Gabagol.
That sounds less racist.
That's not racist.
I'm saying it because you when the accent's a little more on, it sounds
Yeah.
less
Right.
racist.
What would you call that anyway? Because Italians.
What?
it's
What does the
race,
Jew
it's
call
a
it?
nation.
We call it. Can you get the capicola? That capicola.
I like that.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Get the
Yeah,
capicola.
or the
Or the
calamara. Yeah.
Ira, get the capicola.
All right. Anyway.
So, what'd you think, though? Was it appropriate or not? Equality. Can't have equality with double standards.
You can't have equality with double standards. Well, you can't. Right?
Right. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
So he allows it.
Allows
Thank
it.
you,
That's
sir.
it. Let's go.
Beautiful. So, yeah, but introduce yourself.
Because obviously I know you, and I can't wait to ask you questions. And it's crazy that you're here, and I'm excited, and he's excited because he's got a bunch of questions.
amped
for you.
up.
Yeah.
I gotta hear a bunch
But
of
typically,
shit.
what we do is like start from the beginning, kind of letting our audience know family life, what you were like when you were a kid, what it was like growing up, just kind of like a snapshot
Quick
of
bio.
childhood.
Yeah.
Okay, quick bio. So, the oldest of 4 kids in an Italian-American family, very Italian-American family.
Italian-American.
Exactly. Family is always the main concept of our lives, like a mom, dad, 4 of us. Obviously, I was the oldest of 4, so besides my brother Vinny, I remember everybody being born and coming home. My sister, my younger brother Vinny, we're 20 months apart. Me and my sister are 4 years apart, and me and Joe are 9 years apart.
So, Joe, you're the baby?
That's right.
Yeah.
I was surprised. They used to tell me I was supposed to be a stain on the couch.
Oh,
Yeah, he was.
Is that a nice way of saying
He
you were
was
an
conceived
accident?
in the Caribbean Ocean somewhere.
Really?
That's why I'm so fucked up. Yeah,
Literally,
In
on an Aruba trip.
in like a hot tub or some shit like that.
Somewhere in Aruba.
Or a champagne glass, something like that. I forgot.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, 9 years later, I think they thought they were done.
You were an accident.
And boom.
Yeah. So,
But a happy accident.
Happy
yeah,
accident.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, exactly. So, go ahead.
Joseph, my mother told me that she was pregnant with Joseph. It was like the best thing in the world. I would go around telling everybody, it was my birthday wish. He was my birthday wish. I wished him for my birthday.
Really?
A little brother. Yeah, I always wanted another little brother. We were all.
Now it brings up a good point, though. Did mommy and daddy hear you say that? And like they said that was an accident, but really they were planning on giving you the best birthday gift in the world? This
might have,
big
yeah.
nose prick.
Now, I'm looking at you guys. Now, Joe, you have a lot more of that, olive skin that the Italians tend to have. And you, not so much. You're more of like a white boy.
Yes.
So what's up with that?
There's a story that goes along with
Yeah.
that.
Ah.
So
We got a lot of stories.
we have a
in
lot of
our family.
stories. So
Joe, you look a little more Sicilian, if you ask me. Yeah.
What are you trying to say? You're
I'm just
racist.
saying. I'm just saying. What? I'm just saying a little bit,
Okay.
So my parents got married. My mom couldn't conceive kids. She had cancer of her ovaries. So some was conceived somewhere, and somebody was going to get rid of a baby. I'm like, well, we'll take it. And I was adopted 3 days out of the hospital.
Oh, shit.
So that's why I'm white and no hair, and the rest of these guys got big noses, beautiful hair,
Holy
and nice skin.
shit.
So.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of
So
stories.
I'm adopted. I mean, not to get on that, but I know my biological family's genetic background. I don't want to know them, but I'm not against I don't have any animosity towards them. But my parents are who they are. My brothers and sisters are who they are, and that's my family.
Yeah. You got any Jew in you?
I don't know. No, it's Italian. We're all Italians.
All right.
And so then my mother couldn't have children, so the doctor told her ever again. They adopted me, and then 20 months later, the doctor,
How crazy.
my
So the
brother Vinny
doctor
pops
said,
out.
wow. So they said she can't have kids.
Yeah, but that-
and then
yeah, but
she
that-
ends up having
Kids because
3
they
more.
took out one of her ovaries, and there was not much of the other ovary
But
left.
she ended up having
So we have
3.
three
They
more kids
adopted
after
you
that. Had
because they
3
thought
kids
they
after
couldn't have kids, and then they had 3 after.
But isn't that
That's
crazy?
a miracle.
Exactly.
You know what we call that in the Jewish religion?
A mitzvah?
We call it, well, why do you know that?
Because I'm friends with all Jews.
Casey, why does he know that? What's up with that? Mitzvah. Yeah, it's called a mitzvah.
I know what it's called. I
Yay.
fucking I know my traditions.
You stepped on my line there.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say it.
You'll get the Italian line next. But isn't that so
That's
so
pretty cool,
cool?
yeah.
Because it also like lowers the stress a little bit. You're trying so hard. You want something so bad.
Yeah.
And then you do something beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was at birth, basically.
It was at birth, yeah. I mean, I came right home from the hospital,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do something beautiful like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like you got 3 more kind of gifts in the background that happens because the stress level goes down. You're
Well,
not thinking about it as
let's
much.
call it 2.5 gifts.
2.5.
It's not, let's be honest here. The first 18 years of your life was not exactly a gift.
More than that.
So I want to hear the
Wait.
stories about Joe whipping his dick out everywhere as a kid.
No, not
when
yet.
do we get
Not
to
yet.
that? I want to get to that already.
Not yet. No. So continue because I've always known my brother as a protector, right? And that's why I want
Yeah.
him to get into his background a little bit and stuff like that before we get into any struggle because we all have struggles. But our family was very, very united. There was always people around,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of love, whether it was Christmas, Easter. It didn't matter when it was. There was people around,
Right.
a lot of love, a lot of laughs, a lot of good times, right?
Yeah.
And again, I didn't find out my brother was adopted until later, and all of us did the same thing. We shrugged it off like, okay. But like it's just the fact that the role he played in our family and such a significant role because like you said, he wished for me. I came there. He loved me. He took care. He was like a second father to me. He
Well,
was
9
always
years,
around.
that's
but
big.
but it wasn't just with me. I was the baby, but he
Yeah.
just looked after everyone. So
Yeah.
continue kind of just telling us a little bit about you and just because I never got to ask that, like your perspective growing up with 3 siblings that you felt like this?
It wasn't a felt. It was just kind of like a guy chasing a fly ball, and he's got to dive for the fly ball. You just don't think about it. You just do it, and you catch the fly ball, And I had 3 siblings, and it was just
instinct.
We were brought up like that. My father's the protector type. All my uncles are great stand-up men. So I was always brought up in that, with that culture. These are the people I idolized. This is what they were. They're men that worked, took care of their family.
Real men.
Put their family first. If a guy's bleeding, he's not crying about it. I got to go to work. If he was sick, he got up. My grandfather was getting sick of cancer. Now they're going to paint or fix something. You got up. You didn't cry about it. You took care of your family. Family was first. And Joseph, being a little guy, he was like our little toy. He was my little doll.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So me and my brother would be out playing. We had each other, be out playing baseball, pitching, we're hitting around with our friends. And here's Joe, was sitting down eating dinner. He's like, I got to show off. Here he comes down dressed in a police hat, and there's some freaking like little toy car in the house. Right, here we go. Boom, 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 all the way down the stairs. Rides the motorcycle down the stairs with his police helmet on. Doesn't
How old was he?
He had to be like
5. We were still in Rosedale.
We were still,
I'd be like 5. But I had an imaginary friend named Itchy back then. Red hair, freckles.
Oh my God.
This was a real thing.
And because I used to yell, "I'm coming, Richie." Listen.
He'd walk up to the freezer or refrigerator and let out his friends. Itchy, right? It was Itchy.
And the little Indians, Native Americans, and cowboys.
He'd let him out of the refrigerator.
No, I think Indians is the proper terminology.
That's where he kept his friends, in the refrigerator. He'd take them along with him, go play with his toys or do whatever he did.
I was fucked up, dude.
But let me ask you a question, because I never really had. I thought like I didn't really have imaginary friends where I saw them, like a schizophrenic would see images of like hallucinate. Did you actually see Itchy and his Native American gang?
Oh yeah, and I don't know. Like at one point, I was really sick and hospitalized, and I was on all this medication stuff, and they said the steroids got me all crazy. But I think that was even before then. I was just fucked. I had a crazy imagination.
It's like that movie Fred. Remember Fred?
Oh, Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred.
Was
did
it like
Drop
that?
Dead Fred did it.
Was it like that?
No, I mean he didn't. I mean some trouble. He got like when I drove that police motorcycle down the stairs. I said I'm coming, Itchy, because I think he needed help, and I was fucking dressed in the police outfit. I was playing the part.
God.
I was playing the part.
Hysterical shit.
Crazy.
Crazy. But it's funny because I grew up hearing stories about him, my brother Vinny, especially him. Like a protective example is he had chicken pox or something like that one day, and he was homesick, and he heard this kid was picking on my brother Vinny at baseball. So he begged my mother to go to the baseball game in his pajamas. And as soon as they got there, he jumps out of the car and fucking starts beating the kid up. It was like this big melee that happened. My mother winds up running over like fucking 6 bikes.
Remember that?
Yeah. Bowie, get down, you slut.
Is your dog Bowie's the community dog around here? Is he racist?
I don't think so.
Bowie doesn't have a racist bone in his body.
Apparently he likes Sicilians because he's all up in my shit. I think he wants to fuck me.
So you are
His
Sicilian.
lipstick's out.
No. Talk about that later.
I knew
Red Rocket. Red Rocket.
I told you.
My wife calls it lipstick on my boats.
Yeah, I told you. I know what I'm doing. I know when someone wants to fuck me. This dog wants to fuck me.
Oh, come on.
All right. So
But Louis, you were a street fighter, a good street fighter?
I wasn't a great street fighter, but I guess growing up in an Italian house, you didn't care. Like I would go from one extreme to the next. I would be calm and then just lose it in a second.
So that's pretty stereotypical Italian right there.
Like most men, I'm sure.
You're basically describing a stereotypical
better than
Italian.
most men.
Yeah. Did you use 3 onions in the sauce? What the fuck?
Like
No.
Sonny
I got beat up
Corleone.
more than I won. You know what I'm saying?
The hothead. The
No,
hothead.
but that's because that's what I wanted to get to too, right? Because were you always like that growing up, or was it something that happened as you got older and you had to protect more people? Like,
even as a kid. So your brother Vinny, we're next door in Rosedale, Queens. So in Queens, anything goes.
Is that true? Casey,
the cops
is
didn't
that
come.
back in the
fact
day?
check
Yeah.
The cops didn't come. You got into a fight. The bats came out. Usually neighborhood guys broke it up. Didn't go to that extent. Or so my brother Vinny gets into a fight. The neighbor, they're fighting, and there's other guys on the block, and somebody's holding me back, and he's like trying to, because I was ready to jump in and help my brother Vinny, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do nothing. Let me go. So I butt the guy in the stomach. He lets me go.
What do you mean you butt the guy?
Like he's trying to hold me
Headbutt.
from jumping.
You
in the fight.
headbutted him in his stomach?
No, my ass butted him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even better.
And then as my brother and the kid are going, I jumped in and grabbed my brother. So it turned into a big brawl because I'm not going to let my brother get beat up.
No, of course not. Yeah. So these bats you mentioned, like what are these? Like were there
Baseball
owls?
bats.
Oh, I think until like nocturnal animals came out at night and.
No, like baseball bats.
In my head this whole time I'm thinking there's brawls going on, like all these nocturnal animals are joining in.
No,
I'm like, wow, anything does go in Queens.
No, but back in the day, it was like they got into a fight. It's like if one person lost, you didn't want to tell the cops because you wanted to try again and fight again. And if it just ended amicably or whatever it was, you'd like just become friends. It wasn't until we moved out.
Tell the cops if you got into a fight.
What do you mean? Everybody. As soon as we moved to Long Island, they got into a fight and got the cops called on.
What?
Yeah. So walk us through, like, because I don't even remember a lot of Rosedale, right? Like, walk us through the move from, because everything was pretty good and normal in Rosedale, right?
Yeah.
We were just
we
moving
moved
on to
when,
different things.
I was 14, probably.
Yeah.
You know, Dad said the neighborhood was getting bad.
14, so what were you, 2, 3?
No, he's 9 years. What the fuck?
I'm not a mathematician over here.
See that? Jesus.
5. Remember we said 5? He went down,
Yeah,
he went down the
All right,
stairs.
5.
He was on the bike with the helmet.
I was not.
All
But that
right.
was in Rosedale. So yeah, we probably moved when you were like 15, 16. Because I think
15,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I was. That's when I
1989.
when I got left back from kindergarten because I
All
was
the asthma.
hospitalized.
Yeah, he was in the hospital all the time. This kid had no lungs.
Yeah.
Left back. And you're making fun of my math. Kid gets left back in kindergarten.
You know, we grew up with lead. We grew up with lead in our paint, and
Yeah.
that lead ended up in our friggin' sauce
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
cooked
yeah.
all the
So,
stuff. You know?
what'd you fucking eat paint chips as a kid?
Probably.
Yeah.
We stuck our fingers in outlets. We were
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure.
my God, I would still eat them now if they tasted good.
This
Oh,
kid
yeah,
lit the
I
house on fire almost.
Oh yeah,
Son of a bitch.
Couple of times. Yeah, I was the worst. Dude.
Well,
We've
I-
been playing with matches. My father's sleeping because he's working. He's got to go to work in the city, right? He's
Yeah.
a city worker. And my sleeping. All of a sudden, he comes in. He must have came and got me or something. Like, what the fuck? You see the garbage pail on fire?
It was very common.
that, yeah.
It was very common for me to be doing something absolutely fucking stupid,
Oh,
and
like
Lewis
starting tires,
Lewis
yeah.
just smacking me out of the way and fixing the problem. So, and it was so bad. I was in front of the garbage pail. This is how dumb I was. Lighting matches. You know when you flick a match on a matchbook and you
Yeah.
just keep flicking them?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Fucking retarded. Just
Well,
into
you were a
the
little
trash.
pyro. Yeah, I was the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one thing. Like I got really pyro, like into spraying cologne all over my desk and lighting on fire.
Yeah,
but that goes
yeah,
well. Or like
yeah.
lighting somebody's sock on fire
Yeah,
with thermal.
or
Like that's
melting
fun.
shit. I used to love to melt plastic.
Yeah, exactly. But this was like you throwing matches into a garbage, you idiot. So he'd smack
Yeah.
me out of the way. Another time, we were in he used to have this big blue Lincoln,
Cadillac.
and it was me, him,
Cadillac
and
or
his
Lincoln?
girlfriend.
Cadillac Coupe de Ville, baby.
Yep. So he's going to get ice cream. I'm in the back seat, and he's going to get. And this totally sums me up as a child and as just a grown
We
ass
were in
man.
Massapequa by then.
Yeah, and
Rules
he's
were a little
like,
different.
He gets out of the car with his girlfriend. He's like, going to get ice cream. What do you want? I tell him what I want, and then he's like, all right, don't touch anything. I couldn't fucking sit still. If he would have never said that, he was in the. I took the. What is that called? The shaft.
The
shaft to
shifter.
go from park to
the gear shift.
reverse. The gear shift, like to go from park to reverse.
Yeah.
And I just fucking yanked on it. The car starts moving backwards. He sees it. I could see him because it's Carvel, the glass. He runs out, fucking smacks me in the head away from the car, jumps in the car, stops. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" That was just like
Dude,
a
this
normal
is freaking me out because literally I have the exact same story.
That's so funny.
We're both with the fire and with the car.
Yeah, see?
yeah.
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 Well, I mean, of course, we share the same brain.
It's
That makes sense. We're
insane.
fucking idiots. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, the move from
So he
Queen-
saved your life a bunch of
Oh
times.
my God, so many
Yeah.
times. So the move from Queens to Long Island,
Yeah.
what was that like for you? Because you were at an age where you're basically in high school, right? You're a freshman.
I was a sophomore, I believe, in
So
high
Queens
school.
to Long Island, for our listeners, geographically is this tiny move. It's only a few miles.
Yeah, but it's also very big.
culturally,
22 miles, yeah.
culturally, it's like
It's
what
totally
22 miles.
different, totally
it's a
different.
massive move
Massive,
culturally.
yes.
Like people from Long Island compared to people from Queens, it's like two different countries.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's what I
Definitely was a
gonna say.
big different culture difference.
Because we got listeners from all over the world. We got listeners in Singapore, Australia, New
I
Zealand.
still think those are bots.
No, well, either way, it's coming up as registered as people from all over the world. So I want them to understand, like, New York is, like, culturally insane. You could be 10 miles away from someone, and it's a different world.
very-
that's
very
right.
diverse,
That's right.
yes.
And shout out to our Singapore listeners if you're real out there.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I learned some.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Ho chi kong kon tu sentito po kon ta chi cho.
That actually sounded really good.
That was. Thank you very much for listening, and we love you as our listeners.
All right,
in Korean.
I wish Casey was here so he could translate that.
But it was Singapore, not Korea.
Well, it's the best I could do.
It was impressive either way. I gotta tell you, I didn't know where you were going with that. Very good
Yeah.
job. I thought you were going back to the Italian accent.
No, it's
anyway,
good. I
so the
practiced
move
that.
Shout out
from
to Italy. That's what you got to do.
So the move from Queens to Long Island, obviously different world. What was that like? Because you're basically freshman in high school.
I remember when Dad said I'm looking about moving. Like I said, the neighborhood was getting bad. people getting robbed for their sneakers and their jackets at that one point. Crack was getting real bad. So I'm like, yeah, it's great. I mean, because I knew it was going to be better for them.
So you always are just looking out for
Yes.
your siblings.
Yes.
I pray to God. I hope so. Yeah.
Your mom and dad were looking out for you and the kids, and you were like the backup for the mom and dad looking out for
Yes.
the kids.
All
You were
the
like,
time, yeah. My sister,
'Cause they have to,
my brother
you know,
Vinny
yeah.
when he was a kid, like, please come me.
Did I ever meet
I mean,
Vinny?
Vinny's a tough
No,
kid. He
no.
always has been tough. He's probably tougher than me.
Which is the one that lives in California?
Vinny.
Yeah, Vin.
Oh, it's
we only
Vinny.
got one other.
Yeah.
But I remember moving there. When first we went to go look at houses because my aunt lived in Massapequa.
Yeah, man.
She's like, yeah, come out here. Look, it's beautiful out here. There was nothing around. Like there was All American, all right? And there was 2 pizzerias.
All American Burger?
All American and 2 pizzerias. Well, like, there's no pizzerias around here, Dad. And there's no pizza. But there was nothing but
It's not
grass
stereotypical,
and
right?
trees.
Hey, Mike, Dad, what are we doing around here? There's no fucking pizzerias around here. What are we going to do? How are we going to live here? I don't know. We got to fucking move over here.
There was
You know,
nothing
what's
but
going
dirt
on?
and hills. Like people were
That's
like
wild.
GCs, hurry up, come buy this land and build houses. Like
Yeah.
everything is all built up now, but back then, so
This is like 1988.
this is 88, 89.
Yeah. Just
so I remember when
listeners
our
know.
house was a brand new build, and we went there. I remember walking in the house. I'm like, oh my god, this is great. We all had our own bedrooms. Me
So
and
it's
all
beautiful,
3 of us
yeah.
lived together
Yeah.
till I was 15.
Yeah.
3 brothers in the same room.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
sister had her own room. My
That's
parents had
right.
their own room.
Wow. So then
So-
you moved to Massapequa.
I just remember that
And you
now.
had this, like, basically this
We
big
had our
house.
own room.
Yeah.
I had my own room. My brother Vinny had his own room. Joseph and my sister were upstairs.
Yeah.
My parents, because they were younger, but we were 15, had our own. I had this whole room. I could, oh my God, a VHS player.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but what's the good of a VHS player? There's no fucking pizzerias around here.
Right. There's no pizzeria. There's no pizzerias. There's only 2 pizzerias.
And so, how was that? Like,
That was what?
meaning everything was pretty good in childhood, right?
Yeah,
like
it was
you didn't
great.
get into too much trouble or anything like that. But
No,
you guys
'cause we
had
grew up in
fun.
Queens, yeah.
And then, but when you moved to Long Island, like, was it just the same? When did things start changing? When did you like?
At 16.
Okay.
I moved to Massapequa where we were talking to a couple of girls that were probably down the block or whatever. And they came back asking for me, and I wasn't home because I was in Queens. And then the next day, I'm outside doing something. I forget what I was doing. And like 6 kids come down the block, and they were like, the boys came because they were mad because we were talking to the girls.
Yeah.
I went to go get a stickball bat,
Yeah.
and my brother ran inside. And next thing I know, I'm going to give a stickball. My father grabs the bat, the stickball. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to
Taking care of
I'm going to
business.
Beat the fucking shit out of this kid with a stickball bat.
He's like, get the fuck in. And, my dad's like, get out of here. This was
Yeah.
not going to happen. The boys left. But that was kind of like my first
Yeah.
introduction to
Long Island kids.
Long Island kids were a
Little
lot
fucking bitches, right? Compared to Queens,
not no
right?
more. I love them out there.
Yeah.
But growing up, it was different. When you're a teenager, it's a different mentality.
Yeah. So you were
Especially the new
so now
kid in town.
you're 16. This is when you were 16.
Yeah.
So when did I just want to hear the story of when like you were banging a girl in the basement and
That's
then
not him. And,
and then Joe popped out. He was like jerking off in the fucking laundry basket or
Oh
some
my
shit.
God. When did
yeah,
you do this?
Yeah, he always
No.
tells me this story.
No.
He's whacking it off in the fucking laundry
No,
basket while his
I was
brother's
a
banging some
sneaky
girl.
I got a
Yeah.
great story for
Yeah.
you, Joe in Rosedale. So we still live in Rosedale, and my father hooked up the basement. It was beautiful, kind of like you guys have all the hookup here. It was beautiful. I mean, we had the TV, we had all our parties, we had a nice bar and kitchen down there, and the laundry room. And all of a sudden, all you hear is, it's burning, Lewis, it's burning. He was probably like 5 years old. He was
The
in the
voice.
washing machine and with in bleach, his dick was getting hurt.
I was standing over the washing machine, dunking my balls and cock into the
It
water.
burns. It burns.
Keep
Like,
doing the
what are you
voice. I want to
doing?
hear more of this voice.
Get out of here. Put it away, Joe. Put it away.
I thought my name was I thought Joe was my middle name the first
Oh, my
fucking
God.
11 years of my life because all I heard was put it away, Joe.
That's
put
all
it
he would
away.
do. Like I had my friends, we'd have a little crew of friends, like our 15 friends, and my parents were like, "Yeah, you can, come down, hang out, watch some TV, listen to music." And here comes Joe, so he would come down with us, and he would take his fucking cock out and just flap. I'm like, "Put it away, bro."
He
What
would
are you
always
doing?
take his
Joe,
thing, yeah.
put it away and make him go upstairs. Yeah, he
best-
was like 5 or 6.
The best was because they were pre-gaming, and
Yeah.
I didn't want it to end. And this is a perfect description.
You
of,
wanted to hang out.
Yeah. But what was funny was that bleach story, and then I'll get to this. After that, I was like, "What was it? Burns, a bird." Kiss it,
Is that what he said?
like kiss my boob. I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Oh, God.
Burning
Kiss it.
his little
But
head, the head of his dick. Poor kid.
This is a good description. But I was a little maniac. Look, one, I had two older brothers that were way older than me. And they were great, but they were still older brothers. And then all their friends, right? And I was just, like I said, a little wind-up toy.
Yeah.
So it was hysterical. I was watching Dice Clay when I was 7, Major League, Goodfellas. Like, I was fucking educated. You know what I mean?
So we moved in Massapequa now. We're living there. It's great. It's
Wait, but why was your dick burning?
From the bleach.
Yeah, because I was
But what did you do? You were dipping your dick in bleach?
The washing machine must have had white clothes in it with bleach in there.
Exactly.
I just like the feeling of dipping my balls and cock into water. So
wait,
I didn't know there was bleach in there.
Well, you were dipping your dick and balls into the washing machine.
He was in the washing machine.
Picture a little kid.
But why wouldn't you just go to a bathtub or something? Like, why the
because
washing
I'm
machine?
fucking retarded.
We take them, put them in the dryer. We used to put them in the dryer sometimes too. No.
Yeah, I was out.
God.
When I say I was out of my mind. There's no question how I ended up the way I ended up.
It
burns, Lewis. Kiss it. But I'll give you guys a perfect description of how my brother is. Right. So they used to come over in pregame.
Yeah.
I loved it. Right. And I loved it. But like, I thought I was with them. Like, I thought, like, all right, we were pre-gaming here, and then I'm going to go out to the club.
You thought you were one of the guys.
Yeah, I thought I was going to go out to the club and bang some broads too.
Right,
like, what the fuck? So I was like, they would leave, and I would fucking cry hysterical.
Yeah.
Like, hysterical cry.
Like a puppy, like a dog.
Exactly.
Sounds like.
Exactly.
Right.
He fucking stays home until I fall asleep. Because he felt bad. Like that's the type of brother.
You would stay home instead of going out?
Wasn't all the time, but this one time that I remember I was hysterical crying because I really wanted to go out. I was just stripping for the girls like 10 minutes before. I thought I was getting late, you know? And they just leave like they took my bitches. I was fucking upset.
Yeah.
And he hung out with me until I fell asleep, and then he went and met them. That's just like when you talk about like the type of brother and protection. Yeah.
Hickory dickory dock.
Yeah. I was like,
he was doing it at 5 and 6 years old with a leather jacket and a microphone stand.
That's Dice Clay for our listeners.
He would take my father's cigarettes and line them up, just go sideways around, just like Dice Clay.
Little known fact about Dice Clay. He was a Jew.
I know.
He was a Jew.
Listen, when I found out Dice and Jesus were Jewish, I was devastated. Not because I swear to God, not because I hate Jews. It's just like, all right, you grow up, this guy's your idol. You think he's the Italian guy from the Bronx, and you're going to be just like him. And then you know, and then you find out he's Jewish. You're like, what the fuck? I'm not Jewish. I can't pull this off. So it was just that. And JC, I grew up Catholic or whatever. I just heard about Jesus Christ. I had no idea he was Jewish until like I was 17, and my friend was talking shit about him because he was Jewish. And
Joseph was Jewish. He is Jewish.
Yeah, I know. Like you.
Jesus is the living God, and he is Jewish.
He converted to Christianity.
Excuse me. He is Jew. He's not Jewish.
Yes, he's Jew.
He's full Jew.
He's full Jew.
Yeah, he's not a little Jewish.
Yeah, no. That's not derogatory. That's just
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, so you're 16. You have that first encounter with the Long Island people, right? Like things were pretty good. You have those 6 kids. So give me an idea, because obviously I love that you're here, and this podcast, it allows us to get to know people on a deeper level. And every single one of them.
Especially you.
Gets us to know Joe a little bit more.
I know. I'm trying to make it about him. You keep on asking questions.
Joe
We know
is
I'm a
great, bro.
maniac.
Joe's great.
We'll have
Great
another
kid.
episode where we get to talk about
Louis,
my
it
poor
burns,
brother.
it
Yeah,
burns.
we'll have another
Kiss
episode
it.
where we get to talk about my poor brother and all the shit that he had to deal with because of me. But no, because it's look, we talk about struggle, and again, we've had a lot of addicts, alcoholics on that. We've had other people on here that because struggle is struggle. It doesn't matter what you struggle with. Mental health, this, that, the other thing. Anger. It doesn't matter what it is.
We've had suicide. We've had surgeries. It's not always about
No, the bottom line is we're
alcohol.
humans, and we're not going to live a perfect life.
Right.
And shit's going to happen, and we need to be strong enough to live through that and pick ourselves up and not define ourselves by mistakes we made or struggles we had, but become better because of them. So obviously, that's one of the things we're going to talk about. But one of the things I want to do is kind of like lead up, because again, that's why I want to get a background, because I forget a lot of stuff. Like I have a good memory about the past, but then also I realized I never got your perspective, because I always just saw you as Lewis, like a second father,
No,
like my
Like
big
a
brother.
superhero.
I hear it
yeah.
when I hear it in your voice when you start talking about it. Because just hear, you put me on a pedestal. And
Well, yeah, because that's how it's always been. Because
Yeah.
it's not Like, I don't like the term self-made man because I think it's bullshit. Like, I am like a culmination of everyone who's ever had a positive impact on me, anyone I admired,
100%.
looked up to, right? Like, so even like my dancing, I started dancing because not fucking gay strip club dancing. I know how you're looking at me.
No,
I
I'm
started
looking
just
at you
dancing
because
in
when you say
general.
dancing, I'm thinking like Jersey Shore fist bumping.
I'm thinking of Napoleon Dynamite, fuck.
God.
But because my brother did, just the way he would be around people, lively stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and that's why, like,
Well, you put
deserve
him
to
on a
put
pedestal
He
because
does a
9
little
years
bit,
old.
But
Yeah.
because not because just he's my brother.
Yeah.
Because he's a man of integrity,
Right.
Like that's what I want to make a distinction of.
Right.
Because again, I know we all love our brothers. We have problems with our brothers too. We don't look up to him, put him on a pedestal like that.
Well, my brother is a man of integrity now, but growing up, he definitely was
Douchebag.
not.
No.
Yeah.
So
Now he is, though,
But he's
yeah.
a man of integrity. Again, protection. Like these are things like as a man and as a boy, you want to grow up to aspire to be right. Someone who takes care of his family.
Right.
Someone who loves someone else more than themselves. Like there's any
Integrity.
that's and way more than that. That's just one
Yeah.
word. But anyway, but I wanted our listeners to get like a deeper understanding of who you are, how you grew up. Your attitudes, your behaviors, and stuff like that. And then again, when we got to Long Island, those 6 kids, and then give me an
It
idea.
was just
from
the
there.
attitude, though, from Queens. Like, you come with a chip on your shoulder, you're a young kid. So that carried out to Massapequa. So what? You just didn't take any stuff, and kids were.
Yeah, but you didn't
nice
start
guys.
trouble
No, we didn't
either.
start trouble. We weren't wise asses, didn't disrespect anybody. I would stop if I seen an elderly woman. Me and my friends, we were the crew. We were the popular kids. Not that I'm bragging, but we were just the
I
kids
don't want to
everybody
toot my
wanted
own
to be
horn,
around.
but
Well,
we
I
were
wasn't. I was more like a
pretty
quiet guy.
popular.
My brother and my friends, they were, I was loud in other ways, but
And you should have a little chip on your shoulder. I mean, again, that's a tough move at 15, 16 years old. So bring us to
but I was lucky. I stood in the school. I stood in Kallenberg. So I went to the same high school with most of my friends, and then Vinny and Janine, they all went to public school, so they had their own little crew from public school friends. But when I get excommunicated from Kellenberg, I went to Plain Edge.
Excommunicated.
Well, tell us
How'd
about
that
that
happen?
because let's
Well,
again we start like not red flags, but we start like getting consequences, right? So that was like one of the earliest consequences.
I was
Consequences
16.
for
First
what?
time I got
Well,
arrested.
you gonna wait? How old are you?
16.
All right, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to.
Excommunicated is a strong word. I mean, it's not. There's expelled.
Catholic
There's
Church,
What is
kicked
it?
out.
What is this, Gotham?
I got
Yeah,
expelled.
there's excommunicated. That's like that's intense.
My junior year, we were at the prom.
And this is Kellenberg.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
junior year
so-
at the prom. Good.
A buddy of mine, he doesn't show up. So I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And then I'm dancing on a dance floor with my girlfriend, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, so the limousine got stuck. They won't let him in, so he kind of jumps over the fence. I didn't know that at the time. See him walking in. What's up? And next thing I know, I see this guy in a suit, grab him, pull him down to the floor. So he's holding him down. I run over and grab the guy with the suit, and the guy with the suit elbows me right in the nose. I'm like, it hits me in my eye. My eye swells up like crazy. So I just went nuts on the guy, beat him up really bad.
Sounds like he had it coming though.
Well, it was just a fight, So I got
Yeah.
kicked out of school for that.
For a fight?
Yeah. I mean, there's no.
It's all right. First time you get consequences. Now you get kicked out of Kellenberg. You got to go to Plain Edge.
Plain Edge.
But was that kind of cool? Because
Plain Edge
now
was
you
cool
with
because I went to
your
Plain
brother
Edge
and your sister and stuff.
And
Okay,
plus,
good.
I was so far, like academically, we were so far advanced over there. I was done with school by 11:40.
That's
Wait, because you got so far advanced academically.
I only had to take
at Kellenberg?
3 classes.
At
Yes.
Kellenberg?
Yes.
And then you went to this other school, Plain
Plain
Edge,
Edge, public school.
and you were like ahead of
I
everyone.
was ahead of everybody, and but I was kind of like not on the path to nothing. I was just hanging
had
out,
no
wasting my
structure.
time, no structure. It
Yeah.
was just like I didn't want to go to school anyway. I wanted to get homeschooled.
yeah.
I didn't want to be in school, new school with people.
But you want to work. I feel like you were working from
That's
when
what
you
I
were
wanted.
younger.
Yeah, I wanted to work, get a union job, work. My dad wanted me to go to college and
So you graduated from high school.
graduated Plain Edge in summer school. Proud to say,
Holla.
because
Right.
I cut out and I was a real meatball.
So you didn't do the cap and gown. You just graduated.
I didn't do cap and gown. So
graduated Plain Edge.
Plain Edge. I mean, in the meantime, I was working. I was working for a cousin who had a great DJ company. I started working for him when I was 13, 14. So,
You were a DJ?
oh my God. Yeah.
Since he was 13, 14.
Holy
I
shit!
roadied when I was 13. When I was like 15, I started becoming an MC, DJ.
He loved it.
And I
Be up
loved it.
there
It was great.
dancing, fucking spinning.
Dancing, spinning, dancing with the
All the
All the
ladies.
ladies.
How they loved them.
DJ just
My mother
that
had
just
a-
seems
my-
like
yeah,
such a
and-
fun
oh my
job.
God,
And
it
the
was
best part
great.
about the
Yeah.
Like
business
the old
was
school
we all worked
bartender.
with our best friends.
Yeah, it just seems like such a fun
Oh my
job.
God! I remember just seeing him and his friends coming home from there, going. It looked like so much fun.
So
Could you
fun.
imagine? And that was like the.
You're the
grew up-
man. When
we-
you're the
we grew up
DJ,
people-
it's like
and think
We
about
grew
the
up
time.
so much faster.
you're the
too.
king of the
This- and
club.
this is-
You're the king,
You're
yeah.
above
This is what,
everyone.
90s, early 90s?
Yeah, 90, 91,
This is
92.
like prime time to be a DJ, too. But
Great back then.
You would hear this music playing, which you hear now, you laugh. And all I could picture is like all the older ladies, like shaking just one tit and a shoulder into the circle and then bringing it back
What about the
out.
electric slide? Did you do the
Do
electric
it.
slide?
Of
Electric,
course.
baby.
He
Hands
did
How's the
all that
electric
shit.
slide go? What was
Electric
that?
slide.
But that's what I'm saying.
the
He wasn't
chicken
just
dance.
a DJ. He was
Yeah.
an MC. So he was walking around dancing.
The
with
chicken dance. I remember that.
Para, 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 para.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a El balo di quaqua. El balo di quaqua.
Yeah, it was so good. That's one of the things. Remember, I told you, like trying to relive the past fucked
Yeah.
me up because
Yeah.
times are so good. Like
They were great.
my childhood was so.
We never needed
good.
anything.
Never
Yeah.
needed.
We
We
and
never
it was
asked
just-
for anything because
Nope.
we never did. But
No.
younger, we weren't like poor, but it's just like everybody grew up like we all had the same shit. Like you had an old lock and key skates. You didn't ask for new skates that Brian had. Like you don't ask for it. Don't ask for it because he doesn't have the money in his pocket. You're embarrassing him. So you're not going to do that. So
Yeah.
we took hand-me-downs from my uncle, hush puppies. My grandmother pulled out a bag out of the basement, dust all over it. She pulls out corduroy pants, hush puppy shoes, a pair of soccer cleats that she made my uncle wear for football. I had to wear them the first year I played football in Queens until I'm like, these just too tight. I can't. She's like, just take them. Don't say nothing, okay? And then next thing I know,
Don't
he comes back
embarrass
with
him.
with a
Don't
pair of
embarrass
Lawrence
him.
Taylor friggin' white cleats for me to play football. But
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying, like that's
Yeah.
that's how he grew up.
Yeah.
My grandmother's like, I was chubby when I was younger.
Yeah.
And my pants used to wear out in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like, Grandma, my pants are in. I get them thrown. No, we're not going to throw them out. I'll take care of them.
Stitch 'em up.
She
Yeah.
she put patches. I don't want to say sorry,
Yeah.
Grandma. But she put patches in there.
Yeah.
She put patches. There ain't throwing nothing out. What?
No,
No, we
no,
can
no.
turn this into a costume.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom. She made me a clown costume for Halloween one year out of old pajamas.
That's
bro.
being resourceful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
that-
you know what that's like walking around Queens.
Of course, but
I
it wasn't.
don't.
But it
No, I
wasn't
didn't.
just.
I-
It wasn't.
Queens is a different story.
It wasn't just that. It's like we were happy with the simple things. Like
We were,
we just being together and fucking around. Like I look around sometimes, like even at family
Yeah.
events, and we're trying to keep it going, but like you didn't have to try. It was
My
just
grandparents had a
everything
small
was-
basement in Queens. I
The
don't know how,
phones fuck everything up.
Yeah.
how we fit. We had a little coffee table where
know.
we all sat on the floor for the kids, and the adults sat at the table, all bunched on each other, reaching over each other, eating. But we all somehow
Yeah,
made
but
it.
'Cause we had each other.
yeah, but
We
do
had
you
each
think
other.
this would be the same situation in this smartphone era? I mean, maybe your family, but I'm
My
just saying,
family, yes, it is still actually.
in-
but-
Yeah. No, it's
in
good.
the average family now, it's all just staring at the smartphone, scrolling,
Because,
scrolling.
yeah.
That's all you do when you go out. Me and my
Going
wife
on
laugh
Instagram.
we laugh because
Yeah.
me and my wife don't do. We'll do it because if the kids have us,
Right.
we're going to show pictures
Yeah.
to each other. But the first
You have
thing
to put it
couples
down.
do is like this.
They sit there, they go to
drink
their table.
Oh, you have this,
yeah.
and then that's it. That's
Yeah,
all they do. They dive in their phone,
yeah.
and that's it. It's
I
over.
can't stand it when I walk into a restaurant or I walk into
Hysterical.
a
Hysterical.
store or whatever. Yeah, and I see families not even looking at each other.
Families, you said it.
Yeah.
They're just staring at their phone, scrolling up and down.
No
Every
phones
now
at
and
the
then they'll
table,
look
man.
up
That's
and
the
then go
rule.
right back down.
No.
Tell me about your day. Talk
Yeah.
to me. Look at me in the eyes. Tell me
Right.
about your day.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We should ban smartphones from the dinner table.
Well,
Seriously,
I think they're trying.
No
but-
kid under 18 should have a fucking smartphone.
No, I don't. Thank God I didn't have it. I mean, my dick would have fell off if I had a smartphone.
Oh yeah, well that's
I don't know how it hasn't already. But
Joe's
anyway, no, let's
referring
get
to the amount of porn that he watches on his
forget
phone.
Absolutely not. That's not what I was talking
Yeah.
about. The radiation, you fuck.
Oh,
So, anyway.
okay.
All right, so I want to get to that. Okay, so you graduated, you're working as a DJ. Let's get back to there and kind of like what the steps were leading in the direction of the first big struggle.
So I get a buddy of mine gets me a club job in a nightclub now.
Okay.
All right. And I'm getting home on the weekends, you know. Next thing I know, we get jobs in a restaurant. So I'm to stop doing a nightclub because the nightclub closes down now. And I'm working in a restaurant in Queens, in Douglaston.
No more DJ?
I'm DJing too.
Okay.
So I'm DJing. I'm not really putting my all into school anymore.
Right.
I want to fade out. I really want a real job. Let me, you know, in the union, a plumber. I want to be an electrician.
Enough of this school
Something
shit.
to take care of your family.
Trying to make
you know,
some
'cause
money.
I want to have a wife and 5 kids. That was my goal.
Five. Damn.
That's a little too many.
Yeah.
A little too many.
Oh, we were this close.
Yeah.
My wife almost wanted another one when my brother
Yeah.
Vinny had his first. But then she's
She's
like,
got
you know
3.
what?
That's enough.
You know what? I'm not going to do it, babe. It's
5.
just-
He wanted a small army.
That's a
Yeah.
lot. You could start a band. Yeah.
Listen, you're poor either way. What's the difference?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
struggling every day, but at least struggle and look that your kids are doing well.
Yeah. So you're working in Douglaston.
Working in Douglaston, DJing. There's a lot of Italians around, and there's a lot of people around, and that's kind of like in that time when I was like I turned like 19. That's when things started not getting bad, but just started hanging out with some bad people. More Queens guys mentality. They weren't doing the right thing. I got into like the Ponzi scheme, the pyramid scheme. Remember that?
Oh,
pyramid
yeah, I
scheme
remember
thing?
that.
When you're doing like you bring you $500
Yeah.
and 4,000. So I'm this close to getting my $4,000, and what changed my life happened to me. So I never got my money, and I wound up going to jail. So
You're hanging out with these kids. You get into trouble. So then you said that you went to jail. Obviously, you went to prison. You want to talk about that or go into that?
whatever you want to.
Let me tell. So I'll tell you my perspective. If it's okay. So
Yeah. Do we have a choice? No.
yeah. No, actually. So basically, my cousin had a child, and we were all going down to christen it. So it was me, my brother Lewis, my sister Janine, my mother, father, and my brother Vinny stood home. So we're in Florida, right? And we're chilling. He's the godfather to the kid. We're at like a park or something, like hanging out. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden my dad shows up. And I'm like, oh, daddy's here. Nice. I turn back around. My dad's gone. And Lewis is gone. I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I come home 5 days later when the trip's over. I remember going to my little grandma's apartment that was on Beach Street at the time. Remember that? And he used to have this gold cross, right? So I come home, and my father's just holding up his gold cross. I think he's dead. So I started hysterical crying. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. He's like,
fuck?
Lewis wanted... Yeah, it's kind of traumatic, right?
Yeah,
There's
just
like-
holding up your brother's fucking gold
Yeah.
cross.
Your brother wanted you to have this.
What?
Could you imagine? So
That's
this
what he
is-
said?
Yeah. I'm 11 years old. He's holding up his cross. You want to talk about drama?
I would think he was dead, yeah.
No, exactly. He's holding up his cross. He's like, your brother
Are
wanted
you guys
to have
licensed
this.
therapists? Anybody here?
Dude,
I mean,
why
this
are
was a
Italian-
therapy session.
No.
Dude, Italians are so fucking dramatic.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
know.
make these big dramatic
I know,
fucking
I know, I
scenes
know.
all
So
the
listen,
time.
so-
Makes for a great ending, bro.
Yeah, I know it does. So it's like we're all playing in our own movie. So
Yeah.
I start crying hysterical, and then he tells me he's like he got locked up. But at that time,
All right.
because I was like so older for my age and watching
Yeah.
movies, I'm like, oh, he got pinched,
That's
no big
fine.
deal. Literally,
Hey, pop this cherry. Hey, pop this cherry.
Literally, I was like, oh, he got
fellas.
pinched, no big deal. I took his cross, put it on. I wound up getting jumped like years later in 4th of July and got it ripped off. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that was my perspective.
Yeah.
We were away at a family thing, having
Right.
a good time, right? And this is what I tell people because it affected me later. Like I didn't know about it. Like we're having a good time. This happy family. We were always together,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I turn around. He's gone. My dad's gone. Not knowing. I come home, and now our whole world has changed.
Yeah, but why were you in prison?
I got into a fight. I wound up stabbing
Another
somebody, he
fight.
died. I stabbed somebody twice. He died in the fight. He was an older gentleman. He was 38 years old. And we were at a party, jumped out from behind a couple of trees, and got into a struggle. He had a knife.
He had the knife.
Yeah, he had the knife. And the good thing a buddy of mine was there. Otherwise, I probably would have got stabbed.
But why would you go to prison? It sounds like self-defense.
And he had a chance to beat it at self-defense. But one, self-defense is weird, especially in New York.
He's sitting
right?
in the front of a peer of 12 juries. Everybody's got to come. It would have been tough to get 12 people to go in my favor. You know, and then
It's
take a
not
chance.
so black and white.
At 19 years old, you take a chance at
20 to life.
then it'll be.
So you pleaded out.
I took a plea of 7 years. Did
Yeah,
9.
you didn't want to risk it. Yeah, because if you got like guilty for manslaughter, you could have gotten what, like 20?
Anywhere from 5 to 15.
You wouldn't. There was no chance at murder one. It wasn't
Could have been.
premeditated.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You don't know.
No, it
Why-
wasn't,
it's
though,
like
but you
when
don't
they
know
say
what
don't
people
put it
are
in the
thinking.
hands of the refs. Like it's hard when you're in
such
that
fucking
situation
bullshit.
to put it in the hands of judge and jury.
Yeah, so I mean, I had a decent judge, and you seen there, I had like, a lot of support, a lot of friends, a lot of family writing letters, or anybody you could think of, influential people when I first got in trouble, because they didn't want to give me bail. Eventually, they gave me bail when they seen all the letters because they thought it was a flight risk and all this other stuff. I'm like, where am I going? My family's here. I'm 19
Right.
years old.
Yeah.
That was before. And then, I was home for a while, which was nice because I was home on bail for about a year before I went. So got in trouble when I was 19. I went away when I was 21. Came home when I was 30.
So wait. So when you're in, so you make this plea. The lawyer says this is the situation. You could get 20 years. You should
And
plead.
said, yeah, see what you can get me. If you get me, see what the best offer is that you can get us. So that's what he recommended.
And what happens in that situation? Do you show up to court and the judge asks you how do you plea, and you have to get up and say I plead guilty?
That's it. Yeah, when you're going for sentencing, yes.
And then the judge gives you the sentence right then, or do you have to wait?
No, he gives it to you then, and then you go in the back and you don't see your family no more.
And the sentence was exactly what the prosecutor.
Yeah, that's what we agreed on. They agreed
and
upon
they
it.
held their word.
Yeah, because you sign a whatever it is, an
Contract
agreement,
or agreement,
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
You can't
And they
just-
gave
With
you
your
7
lawyer.
years.
7 years.
And then what was it with good behavior? What?
7 years, 7 to 22, and then
7 to 22. So up to 22.
Yeah,
if
but
things go wrong.
he wound up getting hit. So he did 9 years in
So if
total.
you go
7 was
parole,
the least.
You have 7 years, and then you go to parole. Parole could be
Yeah.
like, okay, you go home now, or no, take 2 more years, or they could hit you with a year. And I mean, that was pretty good. Went to school. Didn't get,
In prison.
yeah, didn't get into too much stuff in there.
But wait, before we get to there, so he was home on bail before he has to go away.
Right.
So when he came home, what was that, Uncle Ralphie's house where everybody was there?
So home on bail,
my
meaning
God.
you
Was
were
that
waiting
home
to
from-
go to prison.
Yeah, I was going back and forth to court.
But was that home
for
from-
a year and a half?
Okay.
But was that home from prison or home from bail? That time at Uncle Ralphie's.
I was out on bail. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's out on bail. We're all at my Uncle Ralphie. He's lived in Belmore on the water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You go on bail and you try and fight the case.
Right.
Try
Yeah.
and fight it. Try and not go to jail.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
if your lawyer recommends this, then you say that. But then, so your
Yes.
lawyer recommends, I think you should do this because you have all this evidence against you, and it doesn't look good. You know, blah, blah. So then you just try and put it off as long as you can.
Right.
And then you take a plea bargain, they call it, and then
So so again,
Doesn't that wait, time out. So doesn't this fucking piss you off though? Like you're in court saying you're guilty to something that you know you're not guilty of, that you know is self-defense, but you don't trust the court system to give you a fair trial, so you plead guilty to something that you are not guilty of? I mean, that would piss me the fuck off.
But there's acceptance, though.
I know,
have
well,
to
you gotta
accept-
have some kind of
that's just what
acceptance, but it
is.
would fucking piss me
because
off.
look, you're in this situation. No matter what, you're in this situation. What are you going to do? You're going to fight. That's the whole point of surrender. Like you have to like weigh the positives and negatives, the risk, and also, I'm sure you were young. You had a bunch of people like
You had people
helping.
like,
That
listen,
had to
what
be
are you
such a
gonna do
hard
this?
decision.
God forbid you go for 25 years, you're not going to go until you're 40.
And obviously, you were thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
It was a hard decision.
Or you can go do 7, you'll be home when you're 28, 29.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look. I mean, come on.
It's a tough situation.
Yeah, it is a tough
Yeah.
situation. That's why at 19 years old, think about dealing with that. So he comes home from bail, and we're even the like hard moments like that though. You want to talk about people coming together? We were at a house in Belmore on the water, and there was so many people at my
Everybody,
uncle's house
yeah.
waiting for him. He shows up on a boat. Fucking moons everybody.
my God.
Whose boat was that, Joe? Yeah,
That was Joey's boat, yeah.
And we just went wild, had fun. So, and the reason why I want to bring that up before we get into him actually being there and just dealing with like the emotions, like we grew up in a time when, again, the only justifiable emotion was anger for a man. Even though we weren't brought up like that, we had an amazing mother who tried to communicate with us and show our feelings. It's hard to get vulnerable and actually describe what's actually going on with that inside you, whether it's fear, jealousy, whatever. That it's being masked in anger, right?
Right.
So like this year was awesome because he was there and we knew he was going to have to go away. And then there was, and that's what I wanted to talk to you a little about because you're going away, right? What's your mind frame like? Like going through that year, preparing. When did you start getting nervous?
long time ago. It's over
I
30
know,
years ago, you know?
I know.
You know you're going to prison for 7 years.
Yeah.
I was scared. I mean,
and
like,
especially
150 pounds, and yet you watch a prison movie, and then you think that's going to happen to you.
What?
you know?
Yeah. What year was this?
1994.
Oh, it's before Oz.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Oswald. We'll get to that. Fuck, it was fucked up. Shouldn't have been watching that shit. But anyway,
Well, like Shawshank Redemption and all that stuff. Yeah.
see all
just
that
in
stuff,
general,
yeah.
there
But
was
that was
prison
after.
movies.
Shawshank was
There was
after,
plenty
but-
of prison
yeah, there
movies.
was.
Yeah, and again,
I mean, that stuff happens if you let it happen, but it's like anywhere in life, You take,
So what
like a
this is
man,
going through the
respectful.
But during this year, you're having these thoughts, right? And this fear. Are you talking to anybody about it? Are you just dealing with it? Are you making it look like everything's cool? Is it like I don't know because I don't know if you were
Kinda
talking to
just
Vinny,
living my
Daddy.
life.
I
We
was
were
young.
living my
You
life.
weren't going to
I'm
let
like,
me
all
see
right,
it.
We're going away for this long. I've got to live my life. Going to Atlantic City, just trying to hang out with everybody as much as we could, and just. I don't know. Even remember, I can't remember. It's a long time ago to even think. What I was
know.
thinking, but I just remember just everybody hanging out together. I'm sure everybody else was. If you ask everybody there that night, their emotions, I'm sure some people like yourself, you remember
I
it
remember
different.
everything.
He's going to remember it different. I remember it different. Me, I was like, oh my God, this is going to happen to me. You know, like, you know.
But you must have appreciated that time, like
I'm glad I had that time with everybody.
Before the prison. Like you must have really been able to appreciate those moments, knowing like this are my last moments with my family for the next 7 years, 7 to 9 or more years.
Yeah, of course.
Well, again,
Without doubt.
I'm going to share a story that I remember because I remember everything, you know, especially when it comes to him.
Great
my
last
brother,
New
my
Year's, a great Christmas,
Yeah.
last Christmas together, birthdays together.
and
like,
even the night,
my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
It was 3 days before I went away. So
Yeah, and even the night before, we had a party, obviously.
backyard, yeah.
The night before. I'm like 11 years old, funneling 2 beers on the water, getting fucking whacked, having a good time, you know, probably whipping my dick out at some point. But anyway.
Most likely. Yeah.
So, like, it was like towards the end of the night. And we had gone to court and seen that and whatever. But we were outside. We were in the front. We were on the front stoop. He always was into gardening, even before he went away. He was clipping roses to give to my mother, like from the garden.
Right.
And there were still people there, but he was outside, and I always used to follow him around everywhere. So I'm on the stoop. He's on the stoop. And it's the night before he's going away, you know, and he's basically giving me a heartfelt message.
Right.
Like, when I get back, I better see you on the soccer field. Yeah, because I was playing soccer at the time. Like,
Yeah.
I better see you on the soccer field, getting a scholarship. Like, he believed in me. Like, forget it. You know, like, as insecure as I was, it's unbelievable because I had someone.
This is what he's worried about the day before he goes to prison.
But that, exactly. And that's what I try to explain to people that don't have self-worth. And I'm like, if you love all these people around you and you hold them on a pedestal and you think so highly of them, and if they love you back, doesn't that give you some self-worth? If you think so highly of this person, they think so highly of you, can't you see that? But I couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Right,
he
you're a
saw
little
something.
young kid,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was one of the last things I remember is him sitting on the stoop telling me how special I am, how much he loves me, and how, like, when you get somewhere, you know, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? And I used to read, so like he used to send me letters, right? Like, remember when I get into motivational speaking and like I'm a coach now, right? And I'm an optimistic, motivational person,
very
right?
optimistic now,
That
yeah.
came from him because, like, you don't understand. Like, I would get cards home and letters. And it was just always like, you're special. There's something in you. You're special. You just don't make the same mistake. Like, just constantly like building me up. Like, one letter I read, I swear to God, and you could ask my friends that were on the football team. It was junior year high school football. And I actually asked the captain if I could read something, a letter that he wrote me because we were down like 14-7 in a big game.
Right.
And we fucking came back and crushed them the next game.
After you read the letter?
Yeah, because he would send me such heartfelt things, telling me how special I was, telling me like how much I could help people and how
From
much
prison.
From prison, even before that.
Right,
but
right,
that
but
was
we
the
don't wanna
last
focus
thing
on
I
this, yeah.
remember before he went away.
Yeah.
Right, is again my oldest brother in this time where he has to fucking go do whatever
In
time
this
in prison.
tough time, geez.
Yeah, he's thinking about me and where I'm going to be.
Wow.
So with that, I just want to.
Jeez, Lewis.
Yeah, but he's always been like that. He's always been like that.
Wow.
That's why it was so special to get to interview him because, again, I know my side. I know my perspective. And for a while, I was so selfish, right? And this is what I learned in the fourth step. Everything was happening to me. Like, they took my brother from me. They took my father from me.
It's all about you.
It was all about me. I didn't think about what my brother Vinny had to go through,
Right.
going back to work, my sister, what he had to go through in prison, leaving us behind. Like, I didn't think about anybody else. So, like, now I have a level of appreciation. Like, what was that like? What were you going through leading up to prison? And then in prison, obviously, me and Justin both want to talk
Yeah, I
about
wanna
that a
hear
little
about
bit
prison.
because I think
leading up to prison, I was just wondering what it was going to be like in there and what was going to happen once I got there and what was going to, that's the only thing you were thinking of. Like, all right, I got to go to prison. I'm going to be the skinny little white guy that's going to get.
Maximum security?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, that's where I was. I mean, I don't think on anything else. So besides hanging out with the guys, seeing everybody for the last time for a while and worrying about what, my mother, is she going to be all right while I'm sitting up, up there and she's going to be worried about me. But
Of course.
yeah.
And so you have that angst and that fear, which is fucking as normal as possible. But the question is, like, what happens when you get there? Like is it like football? Remember football? Like, you're scared to get hit, and then after the first hit, you're like, all right, I got this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know that sounds sick, but like, what is it like?
So the
leading
first
into
night,
that?
I go to Rikers Island.
That's a jail.
And in
Yeah.
Queens.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and the first thing you see on the wall is a rainbow of blood splattered all against the wall.
Fuck.
Cups everywhere, shoes on the floor. I'm like, this is what's going to be. Blood on the floor. I'm like, this is an animal house. This is what it's going to be like. And then they take you to a cell room. Slide the door open. They give you like a wrap with some shoes, slippers, sneakers, your bed stuff, soap, toothbrush, and then they close the door.
Wait, you did your time at Rikers?
Not all of it.
Okay.
So you go to Rikers for 30 days.
Yeah.
Then they wait to ship you upstate, whatever prison you were going to upstate.
The prison's going to be a little bit better than the Rikers, though, right?
So you think.
Yeah.
So you go to this place downstate. It's a hub.
Yeah.
So downstate's a hub and then they say, all right, you're going to go here. What do you want to do? You want to be a machine? All right, we'll send you, because you could work inside. And you can, it kind of goes off your classification. When you start off, if you got over more than 5 years, you start off in the max. So they're going to put you behind a big, like, you ever see the Last Castle?
Yeah.
And that's what there's like, the big walls, the watchtowers. I'm sure, you've seen
Last Castle with Robert Redford?
I believe so, yeah. And then Gandolfo.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah. He was in it. That's kind of what it's like, Yeah. People test you your first couple of days. I remember the doors. I remember being there, doors, seeing all that stuff. I'm 19. I'm like, it's over. I remember a cousin telling me, first one you see, hit him. I'm like, what? The first one that looks at you, the first one you see, hit him. You'll let them know. You'll let them know where you stand.
Did you?
No, I didn't have to. But I remember the doors closing. I remember crying. And then after that, it was just, I would come out in the morning, and I remember sharpening my my toothbrush. It was a plastic green toothbrush, and I sharpened it against a cinder block wall and made it like a little knife shank.
For protection.
For protection, yeah. And then when the doors opened, I stepped out and I looked down the halls, and I was obviously not the only white guy in the dorm. And I was lucky. I just had to get on the phone. The phones were free back then. So this little Spanish guy who was running the block, and he wouldn't give up the phone. So I'm like, buddy, listen, I need just to make a phone call on my mother, and I'm okay. Come back like 20 minutes later. Listen, buddy, I need to make a phone call real quick. Tells me I'm on my phone with my girl. I'm like, oh, man. So I'm trying to be quiet, scared, I'm nervous. So finally I took the phone, take the phone away from him, I grab it. So I'm sorry. He's going to call you back in 30 seconds. I just have to call my mom. Call him up. He runs. I'm on the phone. Mom, listen, I'm okay. This is where I'm at. I'll talk to you. And then I just see, out of nowhere, this guy come with something. He comes, and to put a thing, he's got this little razor in this, like, in a match. You know the matches?
Yeah.
You know where the matches are stapled? And he has it, the razor in there somehow. And just the tip coming out. And he catches, as I back out, he catches me on the side of my face. I get cut on my right side a little bit. Very little.
He sliced your face with a razor.
Yeah, he tried to.
You were on the phone?
Because I took the phone from him. And we ended up, I run to my cell. They run. The cops come. It's broken up. Everybody's
the first
locked in.
day?
It's the first night. So then one of the head guys in the dorm comes to me. He's like, yo, you're going to have a problem. Be careful when they're coming out. They're coming for you. I said, tell him I'll fight him in the day room one-on-one. So doors open. I go right there because I wanted to get my back to a wall.
Right.
And the kid comes at me. And this one guy, he made sure that nobody jumped in. He gave me a one-on-one with the guy. That was my first
the prison guard?
No, one of the prison guards. Prison guards like that. I don't give a shit. Prison guards. You're a half a
what
rat.
a sweet little Jewish boy.
I don't
Did the prison
know.
guard save you?
No, I'm thinking the prison. I'm thinking the prison guard organized the fight. So like, that's what I was
they don't
thinking.
get involved in this stuff. You take care of it.
I watch too much Oz.
I know. So
Some gang leader that was in there. One of the gangs.
So he made sure it was one-on-one.
Yeah, he made sure it was one-on-one. We went one-on-one. We fought, and then until they broke it up.
Did you win?
Eh.
You held your own though, right?
Yeah.
But
I
after
didn't cry. I
that,
didn't get knocked out. But
after that, what happened?
after that, nobody bothered me. Pretty much.
That was it.
Yeah.
So the first
And neither
night you got
did
into
he.
a fight.
And he nobody. What
Did you get
I
along
needed
with him?
The guy
No,
you
no,
fought.
nobody. That was it. It was over after that.
Yeah.
It's pretty much over after because I guess the guy. I don't know what they said. I
And
just
now-
minded my business. I went out to the yard, did my little workout.
What
I
about-
could hardly do 10 push-ups. I was like, oh my god, they're going to destroy me. I was struggling to do 10 push-ups.
You gotta be on
Watching these guys
Justin's,
rep, doing pull-ups. Like,
regiment.
holy cow, these guys are ripped. There I am, this
Prison workouts,
150-pound white boy.
But nobody
about-
else fucked with you.
No, not after that.
And then, God, what were you?
What
gonna
about
say?
your
Sorry.
roommate?
I didn't have. There was single bunks.
That's
back
what I
then.
was wondering. Okay, so you
Population
had
of-
your own.
I would say in 1998, the prison population jumped. So
Right.
they started double bunking. Because of my number, It was a 94 number. I didn't have to have a double bunk.
So you didn't have to have a roommate.
I had my own cell. Yeah,
See, that's all. I mean, nothing's awesome about prison, but if you had to pick, it's probably much better not to have a roommate.
Right.
Right.
Well, they let you pick one sometimes if you wanted to.
Right.
But still, I mean, shitting, pissing, fucking jerking off.
Right.
How's that? Next thing you don't
Sounds like my Friday night.
you get a creep somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, I'm with you guys on Friday night. Forget that. Scratch that.
What if you just get stuck with somebody? But you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
you don't want like a Schillinger type.
No, definitely
Right.
not. Definitely not.
Right.
Like, but so
you don't want anybody. You
no,
want to be by
don't-
yourself.
Yeah. And that's
So
the
you
first.
sleep with your back to the wall.
And that's the first night. So I'm assuming you're on high alert after that for a little
I
while.
was on high alert for
That-
30 days. I was there 21 days, and then I went to downstate.
And then when you got to
correctional
downstate, you're still in a new place. Were you on high alert there, or immediately it kind of calmed down, or what was that like?
facility. It didn't calm down because then I got a package sent to me. I don't need anything. Don't send me no package.
So this fight happened in Rikers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now 30 days in Rikers, and then you go
21.
downstate. So what does that
But
mean?
it's really upstate.
What does that mean?
It's a holding. So you go to this pool.
It's another prison.
And then they
all. A prison.
simulate you.
Yeah.
They say, well, you're going to go to this place. You're going to that place. You're going to that place.
Because Rikers is a jail, so you're going to your first prison.
jail that you go to after you get sentenced. Or you can do state or city time there. But it's not like
But which is the one you did most
why they
of your
say,
time in?
Elmira downstate and then Elmira Correctional Facility.
So you get to downstate, and how is that like? You're not out of it yet. You said it was equally as.
No, it was different. It's this big building, this big castle with barbed wire everywhere. You're shipped in on a bus. You're shackled, literally.
It's crazy.
You have you have handcuffs, and then
Yeah.
you put in these clasps where you can't move your wrist, and then your hands are pulled tightly to your belly.
On like a bus?
On a bus, shackled to some crazy dude.
Yeah.
And your feet are shackled too. So you shackled feet, shackled wrist all together. So
Right.
you're not moving anywhere. Any bump. I mean it was like
Yeah.
you had like marks in your wrist for on a bus ride for 5-6 hours. You know? But yeah, you get in there, then they sit you down, they give you state clothes, they shave your head, they make you take all your clothes off, you take a shower, they shave
Fucking
your head,
foreshadowing, right?
they make you spread your ass, make sure nothing's up there.
Yeah, because you could I put drugs and weapons up there.
Yeah, people do actually. People actually. Dab
See, I
them.
would fuck with them and just put an ass plug in there.
Right.
How funny would that be? I mean, I don't want to go to prison. I'm just saying, if I did,
No way.
imagine if you
place
go
to
there.
have to go.
Yeah.
If you're a guard and you're like planning on inspecting someone's asshole for drugs, and you pull
Yeah.
down their pants and he's got an ass plug, that's got.
Right.
No, I think that would be a funny prig.
Or one of those,
All right,
or one of those
Just a
prank.
little prison goof.
What about those?
Yeah,
What
exactly.
about, you know those buzzers that when
They're
you
gonna
shake
call
a
you
hand?
Harriet. That's what
when
they're
you
gonna call you.
When you shake someone's hand and they have those like buzzers that clowns have. Imagine putting one of those up your ass. So when he goes and checks, gotcha.
All right, so I'm sorry, I can't help it. So
Lewis is not amused. He's like,
No, it's a serious place.
he's like, no, it really doesn't work like that.
Serious. You stare at the wall and you leave your face at the wall until they tell you to turn around. Otherwise, they're going to bum rush you and put you, and then I make you an example of you.
Oh, my
So don't be the wise ass. Just do what they say.
Don't make
Go
any
take your
ass
shower.
jokes.
No.
No, don't be
Yeah.
the wise ass. It's like the military.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because and the reason why I'm saying so look, my childhood, I grew up going to prisons to visit him all the time, and my father, because he was away too.
Oh, we're
and
going to college to see Lewis.
Yeah,
my
but-
two little cousins.
College, you guys called
that's
it?
what we call
Mommy,
it. College.
I don't want to go to
Yeah.
college. If my
9
college
years.
has to have barbed wire like that, mommy.
I gotta go to college for 9 years and that. Fuck college. No wonder why a bunch of
took
our
it
family
literal?
members went to Union West. No.
You took it literal when they said college?
No, not me. I would fucking. I knew everything was going on. I was talking about our
Yeah.
little cousin stuff like that because we hid things for a while. Like even me, even though somewhere in the back of my head I thought it was cool. As fucking sick as
To
that
be in
sounds,
prison?
and a lot of, and this is my fucked up perspective, and I want to share this because I thought that was the only way to gain my brother and father's respect.
Was to go to prison?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm making it in prison. What am I going to say? Hey, anybody got a fucking tweeze? I need my eyebrows again, real bad. Like,
It's true. You are pretty effeminate. Yeah.
I'm thinking like I got to prove myself to them. Meanwhile, all they wanted was for me
I
never
just want to
be
state
near
for the
that.
record, nobody ever fucked me in the ass, okay?
No.
All right? In case we don't finish this tonight.
All right, we should.
Never.
Good, because
Not once.
that
Let's
was my
get-
next
Never
question.
happened.
That was my
I
next
guess we're going to
question.
check that one off.
I would have died in there.
Yeah, well, because
I promise you. I would have died in there. I would have
Listen,
killed somebody and died in there.
To our
Nobody
audience,
ever did it.
To our audience, this is again, it's not just my brother. He has a great story, a great life, and I want to get to that. But there's also another aspect, and there's going to be another episode because there's not enough time.
We're
to
running
cover
out of
everything.
time, yeah.
Everything.
Guys.
No,
Too much.
it's not.
Oh,
It's
too much
good because it's
Some
again
good stuff. I hope it's not.
It's great, and that's why I want to keep sharing my perspective of just because again, people go through struggles. Whether their dad gets locked up, their brother gets locked up, they lose somebody, whatever, and we all have a different perspective on this thing. So I was going up to prison all the time to visit them, and it was like a good time. You know, I'd have my chicken cordon bleu
weekend.
sandwich. Yeah, we'd play chess. I remember him flipping out.
Chicken cordon bleu? What are you talking about?
They had
Put
these
them in the microwave.
because they had vending machines. You know, so like
I know. I worked on Law and Order SVU, and we filmed in Sing Sing. We filmed in Sing Sing.
Kind of knows what he's talking about.
I think I know what I'm talking about here. Okay.
So they had these little, like they have the vending machines, and there was this little chicken cordon bleu sandwich that I used to love. I used to get it every time. For 9 years, I'd eat that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was disappointed when I didn't have it. But when I went up, it was just like I didn't think it was a big deal. Sometimes I would get mad at the fucking hump COs that would like be flirting with my sister or telling them to take their bra off because if they have wide bras and shit like that. Like I would remember when I had to bring that mouthpiece in for you because he was playing football. And that's what I want to get to. That
Football in prison?
Well, yeah, because it wasn't. But that's what I want to get to.
best athlete in the prison.
Yeah,
Wait, like in Sleepers with Rizzo?
I was
Yes.
the fastest guy in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Won a
Did you
championship.
play
and
the-
he
everything.
was the white Rizzo.
Did you play? You were the white. Wait. Yeah, okay.
That's
wait.
what-
wait.
No, wait, I wasn't white Rizzo. I didn't get beat up and died. No.
Yeah. I'm talking about the football
I
part.
didn't
Nah,
get
we
beat
were,
up. Sleepers is a great fucking movie.
I had to sneak
One of my favorite movies in the
mouthpiece
world,
from
man.
him. Yeah, I had
Great
to-
book, too.
I had
Read
to
the book
sneak,
twice.
I had to sneak a mouthpiece for him, and I stuck it up my ass because I thought I was
That's
going
why it
into
tasted
prison.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you stuck his mouth.
Well, because I told you I want to go. So I'm like, oh.
Did you know that it was up his ass
I
when you
was
put it
so
in your
excited.
mouth?
Whatever.
I was so excited. I didn't realize it was a miscommunication. He was telling me to sneak it in. It would have been easy. He had to put it in his ass to get it back there. I stuck
Right.
it in my ass because I want to be, just one of the guys, going to
So
prison.
you
sneaking
stuck it in your ass.
I stuck it in my
he
ass.
took it from your ass into his ass.
Yeah.
And then you put it in your mouth and
I'm
played
sure
football.
he washed it after that.
I boiled it first.
Yeah,
Oh, you boiled it.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
got to get it. You have to boil it so it foams to your
I
teeth and
can't tell
mouth.
if you guys are fucking around here.
No, I'm serious.
No way.
So anyway, my perspective was going up, having a good time with my brother, and again, like I'm home watching stuff like Oz and other stuff,
Yeah.
and like the fear of what was going on and stuff like that. But then we'd go to visit him, and like he had friends, like good friends there. So I kind of want to get to that too, because in the beginning it's scary, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There
Well,
has
there's
to be an
gangs,
element,
right?
though,
Yeah, man.
yes. But like anything else, you
Like
start to
anything
get
else,
used to
man.
things,
You
right?
just carry yourself a certain way, and when something happens, you address it right, like a man. If you're able to, if somebody don't like sneak up on you, cold cock you, or try and cut you, and you always just conduct yourself that way, and you're here, there, and everything. You know what I mean? You're always watching. You learn a certain code. You never sit on the table where people eat. Put your ass on the table. Don't give your back to anybody when you're done eating. You respectfully knock. You learn the code quick. You watch what other people do, and you do it so you survive.
Well, but was it something where like you just paid attention and an awareness to all these things, or did somebody help you? Like, hey, Lou, don't do this.
Well, when
don't
I first
do
got
that.
when I first got there, I was lucky that a family, we were friends with the Sons of Italy. And there was a priest there who was a clergy guy.
Sons of Italy.
Yeah, and he was like the chaplain, the state chaplain. And he wound up knowing I was there, and he told this guy Joe D, who's probably passed away by now, that I would look out for this kid. So he kind of showed me to stay away from that guy. That guy's they're into drugs.
Showed you the ropes.
Showed me ropes a little bit. You
Great
do
man.
this, do
Great
that.
man.
Come with me tomorrow. And then when people see I'm with him,
Yeah.
they're already going to know, like, all right, this guy's with this kid, and So they watch. They watch who doesn't make any friend, who stays by themselves, who's weak. When they ask you for a cigarette, you got any cigarettes? Once is okay. After the second time, say no, buddy. I don't have any more for you.
Right.
And
cigarettes
if there's-
were like currency?
They are like currency. Stamps were like currency.
Stamps?
Yeah.
Oh, because you got to mail letters.
I mail letters, right?
Yeah.
Got to mail stuff. So you would trade off. You eating that chicken? Or when I first got there, they had a roast pork on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Sliced roast pork, and I would trade stamps for the guy's roast pork. He'd come give me the roast pork, and I give him some stamps.
See, I already know
it
we're
was
gonna
money.
get a lot of emails from our Jewish listeners.
Sorry, guys.
Wait, no, because they're gonna want to know, like, how was the food?
Yeah.
Was the food good in prison? Like, what did they serve?
Well,
I mean, they had a menu. They had a menu run by a nutritionist. And we had breakfast,
good.
lunch, and dinner. We had cornmeal,
you get the essentials.
eggs, and I don't know. what
But like,
else.
if you
And
had
cereal.
if you had dietary restrictions,
Yeah,
were
if you were
they
Jewish, you had
catered
something.
to you?
You had halal meals. You had kosher meals.
Were they better?
Kosher was better.
It was better. So would people say they
That they
wanted
were
the
Jewish,
kosher
yeah.
meal
They would say they were Jewish even though they weren't
to
Jewish.
get the better kosher
Yeah.
meal?
So
Interesting.
my question, do you remember when you kind of like were able to let your, I know you could never let your guard down totally, but do you remember when you like
I was
started
probably
to
say
be able?
6 months into downstate. I let my guard down a little bit.
And what, you started meeting people that you became friendly with?
Yeah, because then you just know who's who. Like you hung out with people. All right, see ya. Go to do you work, try and start working out, and you just fit into a little group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You fit into a group, and you fit into the group that doesn't do drugs. You fit into the group that does the same thing. You meet a kid. Oh yeah, work out. I met a kid from Massapequa. Kid.
You
Came
knew
out, we
him
working
from
out
outside
together.
of prison?
No, I met him there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, well, you know, he's a good kid, but then I found, you know, he was starting to do some drugs and.
Did they call drugs tits? Like in Oz?
Because in
No,
Oz,
Yeah,
don't
they
know
called it
that.
tits.
Yeah.
Hey, you got
I don't know.
tits. Huh?
I stood far away from it, and I didn't hang out with anybody that did. And one time, I went to you move around as your classification drops. So I started in a max, went to another max, came down to a medium facility, and I was in a facility for a while.
When you got to the medium security prison, did it feel like there was a weight lifted off your back? Like I don't have to be
I felt
on
like
point.
It was too loose. It was too loose. It was worse than being in your
Worse?
cell.
Really?
Wow.
It was open.
Oh, so anything could
They're
happen.
like animals in there, man. I swear. I hate to say it like that, but they
Really?
were like animals in there. I mean, it was like when you went back, you all lined up to go through the gates to go walk.
Yeah.
Somebody would get ripped open every day. It was like a
What do you mean ripped open?
So
cut
you
with a razor.
That's
Oh, geez.
yeah, and it's hard
Just
to like
stand
ask
back,
your brother.
Let everybody else go. We go back on the last go back. You
Yeah,
know?
that's what I was gonna say. It's
Yeah.
you know because it's hard. Like you want to ask your brother this stuff because you see the movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you want to ask him because also it's a lot to carry on your own.
Yeah.
like seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but like I always felt uncomfortable asking him, and that's why when he wanted to come on here, I was like, absolutely.
The
I would've
rule
never
that Joe
asked.
told me was, don't mess with homosexuals, don't deal drugs, don't do drugs, and don't gamble.
When you say Joe, you mean Joe D?
Joe did. The guy
Yeah,
who
not
was
me.
looking out.
Okay.
You could do those three things, you'd be okay. When you start doing those things, if you start gambling,
Yeah.
or
in
if
trouble.
You're in trouble. You start doing drugs, you're done. You're buying
Digging
your own.
yourself a hole.
and nobody messes. You know, if you were in a straight guy and become a homosexual, then you're on your own. you know?
But you've seen a lot of that, like violence in prison. Like
Yeah.
you went through a lot of that.
a lot of that was gang related. You know,
Yeah, so it didn't affect you, but it affected you, right? And that was one of the
did.
things I wanted to talk about because obviously we're gonna start to wrap it up because I want to bring you back. Obviously,
We have
and
to bring
schedule
him back, 'cause
'cause
there's way
so
too much
more.
stuff.
But one is how did you cope with that, right? Because
you
obviously
just
you have
did.
to stay. Is
You're a
it just a
man. You just kind of go.
desensitized?
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how I coped. You just did it. You went into bed.
Like the first time you saw it was, but after a while, it's just
It's just
that's
part
where
of
you
life.
are. You have
Yeah.
to accept it.
part of life.
So, at what point? Because again, like we're going to get into the other part of your story, especially on the second episode, because we're running out of time.
Yeah,
but
we are.
prison is supposed to be for rehabilitation, right? Like
Sure.
I know it's not, right? But I'm saying
I mean,
the
listen.
overall-
A lot of people come in with like they're drug addicts, they're alcoholics, then they use that. Say to commit crimes or murder. You know, I wasn't with too many places where I stood. There wasn't any rape or sexual conviction, so I didn't see a lot of how that behavior was inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in places where you were allowed outside clearance, things like that. It was a lot of family, so they didn't let that in that type of in that. So I didn't see a lot of that, but other stuff like I could respect the guy that's doing certain things, and as long as you're not hurting people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you're not hurting women and kids. You're trying to do something to better your family, even.
Well, you can get a college degree in there too, right?
that-
Not no
but-
more.
but-
You used to be able to.
but that's
they
what I'm-
took away that.
that's what I'm getting
Guys were
at.
getting PhDs in psychology,
Why would
sociology.
they take that away though? I don't
Because
understand.
we were the people, taxpayers were paying for the colleges.
Yeah.
Taxpayers are paying
But-
for that,
but
and
listen-
then they got to pay for their own kids to go
Right.
to college
Yeah.
too. So like,
I know.
It's expensive.
why?
but that's what I'm talking
Expensive.
about.
It's
Is
like, why are you paying for a guy? That's a piece of crap to go to.
you spent 9 years in prison, and there's a lot of people that go in and out of prison, and essentially, right? The theory is that like rebuilding these people.
97% recidivism rate.
Yes, exactly.
Recidivism.
97.
Oh wow! So
I mean, going
Only
back.
turning back.
3%
Yeah.
make it.
But that's my point.
Kinda like recovery.
I kind of want to end with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, I want to end with these two things because I think it's important that you're in this present. 97%. You said go back, right?
Yeah.
You got yourself there. Now, during that time, right, was there any like self-reflection, honest moments? Like, what was the moment you had with yourself? Like, wow, I put myself, this is where I am right now. How the fuck do I never come back here again? What do I have to do? Like, because you got educated in there. Like, you had a plan when you got out.
When I first got in, I never thought you're coming home. It's like I could do up to 14 years. Like, I'm going to probably do the whole 11, maybe 14 years. And it's going to be, what am I going to do then? I don't know. I don't know what's going to be out there once I get there.
Right, so you didn't know that you
I
were
didn't have a
getting
cell
out in
phone until I was
7.
33.
Yeah, and that's a funny thing. I'll say that right now because he was institutionalized for so long. Like they tell you when to get off the phone. You have a minute left, right?
Yeah.
So when he got home, he was talking to people and we'd be like, all right, Lou, it's time to go. Like we had to tell him because he would just hang out on the phone, like, hey, like waiting for the fucking operator.
You didn't know how to hang up.
First time
He
I had a
wouldn't know how
cell
to end the
phone,
call.
I'm on Jamaica Avenue. I'm going shopping for clothes with my father and my brother. And my brother hands me a phone. He says, Paulie's on the phone. I'm like, okay. I had the phone backwards like this.
A cell phone.
This is the cell phone. I didn't know to flip it. I had all flip phones, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't know to flip it.
And you didn't know how to hang up the phone
He didn't know
because you
because-
were always used to someone telling you it's time to end the call.
Yeah, just hung
So
up.
you just
Yeah.
hang out on the phone. I just
So
went on
you-
for years. For
So
years.
you would be like, Lewis, we're going to end the call now. We're going to go, okay?
No, but I bring that up because self-reflection is important, obviously. But you did do stuff in it because I remember.
I did do
your
stuff.
relationship with Father Cott. I remember you gardening. I
Right.
remember you getting into
I
all
got a
these different
horticulture
things.
What degree did you get?
I got a
Oh,
horticulture degree. I got
See?
6, 9, 12 credits of college. I
Oh,
did it
wow.
on my own,
Yeah.
homeschool, and then there was a couple of like.
So
when I
you
went-
got some so it sounds like at least when you went, that you could get a level of what they call rehabilitation if you were looking for it.
Yes, but it wasn't. I mean, listen, I'm no better than nobody else, but I didn't go in there with. There's just a mentality of a criminal, like most.
You might be better than a few of them. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Maybe, but it was brought up different. It was just different.
Yeah.
A different upbringing than most people.
Right.
And that were in there. So
Yeah.
I had a huge support team throughout that. Not that I'm going through each day. You never know because you don't know what's going to pop off one day from the next in there. But I knew whenever I got home, I know I still had my parents, hopefully, they were, and my family that was going to help me. I would be okay. You know what I mean? I was never really traumatized by the stuff that I seen, like, people, post-traumatic PTSD.
PTSD.
I never really had that.
What did
Like,
I say?
oh my God, I seen that.
PTSD.
You seen whatever I seen in there, but.
So do you ever look at your time in prison and think, I would be a different person without...
Yes, all the time I would have said.
And better or worse? Do you think that in
I would
any
be
way it
probably
helped
dead.
you?
I would have been dead.
That's
I
what I
wasn't a
think.
drug addict or anything. I wasn't.
Because Mike Tyson
were-
says that if without that time in prison, he would be dead.
I say the same thing where I would have had maybe some of my friends dead or hurt with me or in prison with me. And a different time we were hanging out with like not bad guys, but we're hanging out with the wrong
Right.
aspect.
So when
going this way and I might have took a couple of my friends with me.
So it's unbelievable. So like you're going to prison and you're fearing this prison,
Yes.
and but in that moment, you're not realizing that this prison sentence could be saving your life.
No.
See, that's happened so much
Of course.
in my life, too. Like, when I'm in the moment, I feel like this is the worst moment. This is my life is ending. This is horrible. And then years later, I look back at those moments, and I think, wow.
Thank God.
Thank God for those moments. Thank God for what I thought was the end of my life or whatever dramatic bullshit I was going through. Because
No,
I
totally.
grew because of that, and I'm the person I am today because of that.
Yeah.
That's right. But that's why I have so much respect for him because, again, that's hard. He lost his whole 20s. But you had a plan because when you came out, and that's what I want to end with because, again, this is to how we led up to that struggle, right? Our attitudes and behaviors, and then what we did with that struggle. Did we make something out of it? Did we better ourselves because of it? And it seemed like you had like a fucking plan. He came out of prison and it was like a fucking rocket ship. Like, he was going here, he was going there, he was getting this, he was looking into this job. Like, he wanted to get married and have kids. Like, it happened. So I was away at college. I was and it happened so fast. So
Wow.
I want to get into that real quick before we close it up. Did you have a plan there? Were you thinking about stuff? And when you got out, was there any fear there? Like, oh my God, I've been 9 years institutionalized. How am I going to get back into the world? Or it was just like, I can't wait to get out.
I just couldn't. My mom says, for 9 years, you never harassed me about anything. You never bothered me about anything. You always told us, don't worry about coming to see you. And the minute you got told you were coming home, you haven't fucking stopped asking me this, that, as a pro comment. Well, every day you're calling me. I can't take it, Lewis, anymore. You'll be home in a week or two. So I just wanted to get out. and be home already and be away from everybody. I had a plan, because you come home and it's like, all right, they tell you not to try and make up for 9 years, but I was trying. I wanted something.
It's hard to say
money.
that.
I want to get a life.
It's
I want
9
to get a
years.
career.
Yeah.
I knew my wife, who at the time was my girlfriend, she would come all the way from Florida or Pennsylvania. She would come and see me. We were just friends, hanging out. But I knew I was going to marry her, and that's the girl I wanted to be with. I didn't my buddies wanted to take me out, getting late. I'm like, no, I'm waiting. Are you waiting? Yes, I'm waiting. And I was waiting for my wife. I was waiting for her.
She waited for 9 years.
Well,
she didn't wait
because-
for me. She was she had her life, but
you ended up marrying her.
I wanted to marry her. She heard I was coming home, and that day she was home on front of my steps.
Well, because he had a girlfriend for a while. When he went to prison, he had a girlfriend. How long were you with her for? 4 or 5
years.
Yeah.
They
And
all
then-
leave you anyway.
Well, yeah.
You can't
She was
blame
doing no. She was a young girl. He was doing 9 years.
no.
So
God bless her.
she left. But then this
No
girl was a
memories.
friend of our cousins, one of our best friends of our cousins, and she used to come up and visit.
That's a
him.
great story.
It's a great story. That's why I'm telling it because
a great story. I'm
think
sorry.
about it. Like, it's our cousin's best friend from Florida who grew up in Miami. She's bringing her friend to visit her cousin, and you've met before at a wedding once.
We
before,
met at the wedding
and you
right before,
fooled
2
around.
days before I was going away. We meet at an airport. She's like, "Do me a favor, go pick up we're at a pizzeria in Queens." She says, "Do me a favor, go pick up my best friend. She's at the airport.
a
She
beautiful
has no way
story.
of getting here." I'm like, "All right, what does she look like?" "Oh, she's pretty. You'll know who she is when you see her." I walk. Scotty was with me, Vinny's friend Scotty. I was like, stay in a car. I park right in front of wherever it was, Delta. I walk in and I see this cute girl standing there in high heels, pants, and a beautiful shirt, beautiful hair, and there's a bunch of foreigners talking to her. And I'm like, I
that
walk
okay,
right up to
Casey?
her,
I'll allow it.
and they look at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They're like, what? I'm like, what are you doing? Are you Jennifer? I'm like, what are you doing talking to these guys? You're going to end up in a box in Saudi Arabia somewhere or something like that. What's wrong with you? She's like, what? Who are you? I'm like, I'm Lewis. I'm Teresa's cousin. Get in the car. And we were supposed to go out that night. We never went out that night. She went up one night, and I had a fallout with my girlfriend. We were supposed to go to the wedding. I told her, you stay home. Don't ruin my family's party. You stay home. And I went to the wedding, and me and her wound up having a great time together, me and my wife. So we get back. It's 4:00 in the morning. I'm like, come on, let's go to a hotel. We go to a hotel. I get a flat tire. I can't change the flat tire. The flat tire happened 2 blocks away from my house. We walked back to my house. I put her to bed in my bedroom, and I went to bed on the couch.
Yeah.
My father walked in. He's like, Lewis, he's knocking on the door. I'm like, what, Dad? He's like, oh, I thought you were like, no, I didn't want to
Taint it.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
I went away. She went to college, and 10 years again, she is sitting in front of my house. But we maintained friendship through that time, and
Because
she
you
made
have
it
to
happen.
And
him a
she's your
couple
wife
times.
now.
And she's my wife,
And
now.
the mother of your children.
Mother of my 3 children.
All right, so you come home, she's standing there. Are you immediate? Like you already knew that in prison? That like
Yeah.
okay, so you come home. You
That was my plan, because your brother's like, come on, we'll go. I'm like, no.
of course.
I'm waiting.
Most people
I
are
said, no,
thinking
I'm
you want to
waiting.
get
I got a
laid.
plan.
Probably thought you were
It's like,
gay. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yeah. No, I'm not at all. But I
I gotta wait for Gary to get out of jail.
There was no rush for me to do that, because I knew what I wanted.
But that's what I'm saying.
Joe's a
When
little
did-
gay. You know that, right?
I know, that's
a
right.
little
of
bit. I
course.
mean, he's not like full blown
No,
gay,
like
but he's got a
87
little
They'll let you
bit.
tickle his asshole,
87%.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you put him in the right situation.
He bends over. He
He's
likes
going to
2
suck a
fingers
dick.
up there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, right.
Hello, is anybody there? Hello.
Hey,
Like Joe might have a little too much fun in prison. You know what I'm saying?
I like to have a good time. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's
Right.
it's
Right.
harmless.
Right.
So,
Got a little beacher in him.
so you're. I would never bite a man's dick. That's
come on.
That's mean. That's just mean. You said you would put the whole thing in your mouth.
Well, I'm
and
just
bite it.
saying, in a self-defense situation, if
I'd
I
bite-
was in prison
I'd bite the
and
tip.
and some
You
big
said you
fucking
deep throat it.
some big brute tried to fucking stick his dick in
Usually
my
2 or
mouth.
3 that are trying to do
Right. If it was that happened, I'm just saying I would pretend like I was into it in the beginning, and then I would put the dick in my mouth and I would bite the fucking
But
thing
he
off,
said-
so they wouldn't fucking do it to
He
me
said
again.
the whole thing, not just the tip.
Well, what if you're going to do
don't
it?
have to-
Half measures avail us nothing, Joe.
You don't have to sell out. All right. Anyway.
You got to bite it off clean.
So,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, so when in prison did you know, like, I'm going to marry that girl? Was it like a third time she visited you? Was it the letter? Like, what?
I just talking. I mean, when you have so much time to reflect and get into deep like thoughts and listen, take a piece of paper and think about something, or throw some music on and write and see what comes out on that paper and just let it flow. I mean, the words that come out, it's therapy, really. You know, that's the it's therapy. But,
Stream of consciousness
so when you're sitting
writing?
there, yeah, I think so, man. And being there and writing and, like you said, me sending them all these influential things. Me,
Oh my God.
even to her, we just write. And,
Beautiful thing.
Yeah, it just you developed a relationship through paper that weren't you like words.
Paper and stamps.
Yeah, but just
but
heartfelt,
just words
honest.
from the heart. Yeah.
Heartfelt, honest.
She said when she was young, when she went home and told her grandmother she was going to marry me.
I think I
After the
know a
wedding.
little bit what you're talking about because when I went to Jew camp when I was a kid, I had a girlfriend that was at home, and I used to write her a lot of letters, and I would be very emotional. I'd be like, "Yo, baby, I love you, sweetheart. I want to do things to you that you don't even understand, baby. You my girl."
Jews don't talk like that.
But no, you don't understand. I mentioned this in another episode. I used to really talk
I know,
with the hip hop culture, and I used to write letters in the hip hop culture slang, and these are very embarrassing letters.
beautiful.
Yeah. If this girl still
you
has
have
them,
them?
So-
no, this girl still has
Yeah,
them.
We
I
can
know.
read them on there.
Oh, I would love
They
to.
are the most embarrassing
And
things
this
I've ever
poor,
done in my
and
life.
this poor girl, she thought she was getting like a big dick black, and then you show up.
She knew. What do you mean? She was like a girl that I was writing to.
Oh,
She was,
okay, that makes sense.
Like we knew each other from before, but I could relate to what you were. What
yeah,
you
no,
went
he
through.
can relate to
He went to
spending
he-
9 years in
he went to
prison.
sleepaway camp, so I'm sure he
Between-
can relate to
between-
prison.
2 months, 2 months every summer.
Between
you know?
Law and Order
And sleepaway camp.
and Jew camp.
Sleepaway camp.
He gets you.
Hey, listen, it's all
Hey,
good.
No, but so you're,
sleepaway camp was a real deal. All right.
so you're writing these letters to her, right? You're communicating back and forth, and again, they were heartfelt letters, and that's the other thing. That was obviously therapeutic.
She
to write
drove
these
like
things.
1,500, almost 3,000 miles to come see me, almost every 6 months. So I mean, that says a lot about a person.
Yeah, well, visiting day at Camp Akiba, it was a whole thing. Like they had to drive. There was like an hour and a half trip. Yeah,
Through the
no,
woods.
No.
Through the woods.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. You know.
So you come home.
Yes.
How long before you actually go out on a date with her? You start settling down because you were doing a bunch of things. You're going here, going there. Like, give me an idea from the time you came home, how long it took you to actually get your feet
When I
on the
first
ground
came
with a
home, I was
relationship
on
and work.
restriction. I couldn't leave my house till 7 in the morning, and I had to be home by 7 at night.
Like parole? Is this because you were on parole?
Yeah. And I was like that for 2 years.
2 years of parole.
Yeah. So we dated. We had a long distance relationship. She lived in Florida with my father and my mother-in-law, and so she would fly here like every 2 months, and then it went to every month, and then it went to. We talked about moving. I'm going to move to Florida. I'm like, I'm not leaving my mother and father and my brothers. Everybody's
Right.
here for me, and I don't want you to do that. But she was like, you know what? We'll move here.
So
Her
she
parents-
moved here.
She moved to Florida.
She moved from Florida.
I mean, she moved
She-
from
yeah,
Florida
yeah, yeah.
to New York.
Right.
About a year later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now,
But-
did you have any girlfriends like in the?
No,
in
I've
the
only
middle?
been with her. I didn't want anybody else.
Jeez, Joe, when you
That's
tell me
fucking
your
awesome.
brother is like a stand-up guy, like this whole fucking episode, like it's nothing but like integrity and being a stand-up guy.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And through all this struggle, right?
Yeah.
And I'm
it
totally.
You
doesn't
put him on a
But I-
pedestal,
but
but,
it
it
don't
sounds like
change.
he kind
Yeah.
of deserved
A
it.
man, what he is, what he like.
But you do
is what he
change.
is, no matter what. Like, you change. Yeah, hopefully for the better, but you can change for the worse. But
Yeah, both.
I mean, you don't like.
Yeah, but how
listen.
did he become such a great man? And then you,
I know.
like, what happened
We're
to
gonna
you?
get into that episode
Fucking
too, because
drugs.
again, I wanna
Stress.
close out like his story, but also there's a second part of that. Like he's coming home, right? He has this beautiful woman that he can't stop thinking about that he knows internally he's going to marry,
Right.
right? He's coming home. He's trying to get his stuff set up. But at the same time, while this is going on, we're going to get to this in another episode, folks. He comes home to a brother that he was just on the stoop with, right? Telling like the sweetest things to that you're special, you're going to amount to the most amazing thing. I can't wait to see you. You better be on that soccer
Yeah.
field playing, right?
But you
All
were.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Playing
Hopes.
football.
I was playing football, yeah. But when you came home and you come up to college and I'm fucking living in this fancy apartment,
years
and
later.
I'm doing all this bad stuff. He's like, what the fuck? He was mad at his friends. Like, you were supposed to fucking look after my brother.
Yeah.
He's a fucking junkie. He's this, he's that. He's getting into trouble. He's hanging out with all the wrong
Oh,
people.
there's so much.
So there's so
left.
much that we're going to talk
the
about.
The whole him coming out of prison and seeing you as a fucking
Absolutely.
dirtbag junkie
Yeah, but-
is like a whole
Yes.
episode.
He wasn't a dirtbag junkie right away.
Yeah.
A little bit though, a little
It
bit.
led certain things led to that. I mean, he was an irresponsible kid.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, one year he made like almost $150,000.
180.
Yeah, he made a
after
lot of
ta-
money,
after
but
taxes.
putting it up his nose.
Nothing.
Living
Yeah.
in a basement, like you could put, yeah, right. Spend $80,000. Where's the other 100? Like, You know,
Gone.
Nah, gone. Yeah, he's
Told you I like to have a good time.
made 180,000, and that was a lot of money back then.
No, I know.
And
This was 2010.
You were always
2008.
broke
Just,
because all the
you know.
shit was going up your
I was
nose and
always
in your
in the red.
veins.
Yeah. But we'll get to that the second episode. But
Yeah.
what, my point is that like I had to change, you had to change, right?
Yeah.
We went through a tremendous amount of struggle.
Yeah.
We had to grow
Yeah,
up.
you're a great man now. I'm just saying years of being a
he
fucking...
always had this piece of him, and to go away for that long and not lose that and turn into an animal,
Hey, I don't
right?
know how-
Because sometimes to survive in the jungle, you have to become an animal, right? Like,
animal, you become the sheep. You know?
yeah. But so at the same time, having that balance, right, of being a man, standing up for yourself, right, surrounding yourself with the right people, but also not losing that love and appreciation for others. That's fucking difficult, and I have a lot of respect for him for that.
My
because
mother
that's
made
hard.
sure of that too, and my family.
Well,
They were
well,
always
yeah,
coming to
you
see
gotta-
me. They made sure that this
Close-knit
don't forget
family.
where you come from. Don't forget that you're from this house.
important.
Don't forget who raised you. You know.
See,
So-
but you have like
I have a
having a
strong
father
mother.
and
Oh,
a
yeah,
mother that are
absolutely.
these strong
Family,
parental
family.
figures compared to
Support
other
group.
people you were in prison with that say had an
That's right.
absentee father, didn't have a father, had a mother, a single mother who maybe was a good person doing a hard working, but didn't have that male role model in the house.
Yeah.
You know, that changes everything.
Everything.
It changes
And just
everything.
support
I
group.
have a family member now. You see it without him.
I think that has a lot to do with the recidivism, the 97% recidivism.
Absolutely, yeah. Every situation
Hey,
is
you got no
different.
family, you got nobody to support you. Give
Right.
you the right. I'm going to go back to doing that. It's easy to make a couple of grand. Let's sell some dope. You know.
Right.
Yeah, but you come back. You have to be all out of sorts. And there's this woman.
You are. You're
here-
confused. You know. But she kind of kept me too. She kind of kept me on. Like, you know, why don't you listen? Why don't you do this? Well,
As a
my
good
parole
woman
officer kept me
does.
on. So I had a job. I was going to be the plumber or steam fitter. He told me I couldn't be one. So I had a union job lined up.
Yeah.
My uncle was like,
How
listen,
tough
I
is
get,
that?
you know, my
Yeah.
uncle, he's a legit guy. He had a Coca-Cola route. Guy sold it. He was a union guy. He's like, I've been in. You just have to apply for it. You know, you have to go through the process.
Right.
I told my parole officer. He says, absolutely not. I said, why not? He says, I said, first I was the wisest. I'm like, what's the matter? You're worried because I'm going to make $900 a week and you're only making like $5?
That was probably the wrong thing to say.
He's
Right,
like,
you
if
took the
you
wrong route
go
of that.
get that job, Louis, I'm going to put your ass back in jail. I'm like,
Why?
why? I'm doing the right thing. I don't do drugs. I'm being blah, blah, everything. I mean, I don't do drugs.
Right.
I'm against it. But I said, you have nothing to worry about. So every week they give you urine tests. Yeah, whatever. But he didn't give me a reason why. He told me, you're going to go do something different with your life. What did you want to do before that you didn't do? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you go to school. What do your parents want you to do, Louis? My dad wanted me to get a degree. By next time, 2 weeks, you got to report back to me. By the time you report back to me, you better be enrolled in Nassau Community College in an associate's degree program. I said, all right. So I went. A friend of mine, Denise, took me. We enrolled. So I went to school. One thing leads to another. I'm in a psychology class, and I'm in a class with this one psychologist, and it was a lot of writing. There was like a whole thing where she gave you a notebook, you had to do writing, and you had to write a different question every time. She gave you a different question to write, and I started writing about prison, and she would read it and grade it. And she asked me to stay one day, and she's like, "I'm reading your stuff, and I can see you were locked up." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just home." I was so like not ashamed of it, that I just spoke openly about it, because it wasn't like I felt like I didn't commit like a crime where I had to hide my face, even though I kind of did when you look back at it now. But so she's like, I'd like to work with you and talk with you. So I sat with her, and we would meet like every week after class. And she was like, I want you to meet somebody. So she introduced me to her boyfriend, who's now probably her husband at the time. And he was away. He did a couple of years after being in Vietnam. And he's the one that said, listen, don't let this hold you back from doing anything. He's like, I'm a lawyer. I went to school and became a lawyer. He's like, and I have my own law firm. And I met him, went to his law firm. He's got a nice law firm over in Garden City. I haven't really, they came to my wedding, but listen, you got kids, you got life, you lose contact with people sometimes. But so she was the one that kind of guided me. And my wife, she's like, listen, you're a great person. Don't let anything hold you back. So I'm going to school. I'm looking at like trying to get into physical therapy. And my wife, I'm doing odd jobs. So I couldn't work. So I'm working Saturdays and Sundays for a friend's GC company. I'm digging dry wells with a shovel and a pickaxe.
Okay.
I got to do 2 for a weekend.
But you're going to school.
During the week,
Right.
I'm going to school.
Yeah.
Which is maybe a couple of days a week.
Right.
On the weekends, I'm working.
Nassau Community.
Nassau Community College. My wife says, I see an ad in the paper. When I was in Way, I got a NASM training certification. She's like, you got the training certification.
What is that, NASM?
National Academy for Sports Medicine or some shit like that. It's a bullshit training thing.
Right.
Pay a couple $100. It's a do it at home type of thing.
But you're on a path to becoming
a trainer.
a trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she sees a thing in the penny saver. Everybody remembers the penny saver.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And she says, why don't you go apply for this job? I'm like, what? She's like, it's a physical therapy aide. I'm like, what are you, crazy? She's like, it'll be great. You know so much about working out. You can help people. I'm like, yeah, I'm a convict. She's like, just go for the job. I'm like, and I apply for the job. So I go in a job interview. I'm sitting in a job interview. I go, nice white shirt, pants, dress shoes. I'm meeting with a woman who's sitting across from me. And she's like, oh, your resume looks great. I just want you to meet the owner. And who comes walking in? And this guy comes limping in. I stand up. I shake his hand. I'm like, hi, He's like, hi, I'm Ray. On the practice, hi, I'm Lewis. He's like, Lou, your resume looks great. You're an ASM guy. What happened between like 1994 and 2003? I says, well, I was in prison. He's like, oh, all right. I'm like, okay. The lady almost fell out of a chair. There was another lady over here doing billing later, I find out. And she's like, and my boss says, listen. He's like, I don't know why, but I'm going to give you a shot. He says, I'm going to give you the opportunity to prove yourself. He says, my love for God and my trust in God.
I was just thinking, it sounds like a God moment.
Is it was his like utmost thing. He says, you just come in here, you present yourself like a gentleman. He says, but if one person comes to me, Lou, and says, you looked at them wrong or you felt weird around them, I have to let you go.
Right.
And I stood up, I saw him, I thank you for giving me a shot. I promise I will never let you down.
Yeah.
And then I told my wife I got the job. She's like, I told you.
That's a God moment. And then you finished up your college, you got your degree.
So I went to school.
Yeah.
I went to finish doing my associate. I applied to the PTA program
at
Nassau Community College, not knowing that I was going to get my license. We called the Board of Education, and my boss was like, so we called them. He's like, listen, I'm sitting here with a kid who's got in trouble. He's like, he did 9 years in prison. And, she's like, as long as you didn't go in for this, this, and this, what we do is we review each case, and then we'll grant the license after that review.
Right.
So it was 6 months after I finished school. So I get into the school. They don't ask me any questions about being away, so I didn't say nothing.
Why not?
Finished school, magna cum laude, 7.3 something GPA, 3.7 GPA.
7.3.
I'm sorry. I should have been at freaking Harvard. Sorry, guys.
Justin has a 142 IQ, so he's going to pick that out right guys.
Even I caught that.
Listen,
math
I was
error.
a D plus kid in freaking school. All right.
Yeah, but you put effort in.
100% because I had a goal now. Like a friend of mine said to me, "You're never going to be a PTA. How are you going to be a physical therapist? You're a convict." And that drove me to be like,
Fuck you.
I'm going to do it. You'll see, watch.
Yeah.
And with the guidance and the help of my wife and my family, I was able to finish it. But anyway, we go to the board, right, to get my license.
Yeah.
And there's 4 people sitting on a panel. As I walk in, I see this one guy. He winds up being a patient of mine this whole time. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, shh, don't say anything. HIPAA.
I got your back.
It's a compliance.
Yeah.
He's like, so he wound up, the Board of Education put somebody in the clinic as a patient for me to work with.
Ooh,
to see.
Undercover?
Yeah, undercover.
Secret shopper.
Law and order.
So he's like, yeah, was there. I'm like, obviously. He's like, thumbs up. He's like, top notch. He's like, I've never seen this before, but you're going to get your license.
It's amazing.
shit.
So they gave me the license. They granted me my license.
What's the chances you would get that license?
So now you're a licensed physical therapist?
Assistant.
Okay.
And then
But
I
that
still had to
wasn't
go take my
likely.
boards. I wasn't licensed yet.
Right.
I would pass the program, and I was allowed to take my test to see if I passed to become a PTA. And then I passed. I didn't ace it, but I passed it, and the first time around, and then I became a PTA.
C's
in
get
February.
degrees.
Yo, so I want
Yeah,
to
man.
sum this up because I want to get we always ask our listeners like what philosophies you live by because after you've been through so much struggle and so much ups and downs and love, like there's certain things that there's a lot of philosophies, but there's certain things that are like unquestionables, like non-negotiables.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to get to that, but however, I just want to like track back a little bit because think about how insane this is, right? And when we're aware of the signs. You're in prison. You get out. If your parole officer just says, yeah, go get that union job, who fucking knows? But that's a guy that's probably in his position because he actually really cares and he's not just collecting
He wound up
paycheck.
being-
Sounded like he was being a fucking dick.
No,
but now I see
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
doing. Yeah.
And he
So
wound up
he-
being a real good guy.
No,
Yeah,
I
real
could.
good guy.
Now after
I
you
would
tell me the
love
whole
to see him.
story.
So if
yeah.
he doesn't get that parole officer that
Right.
that pushes him to do more because he sees more in him. So a guy that has a job, not just to collect a paycheck,
Right.
but because he honestly wants to help people get back on their feet, right?
Right,
He
right.
pushes them into that. Right,
Yeah.
so he said, "No, you're gonna
go to
do what your
college
parents
and do
want. You're
that,
gonna
yeah.
go there." He goes there, right?
Yeah.
Then he has this girlfriend who's constantly inspiring, telling him how good he is. Because again, must have had that almost like blacklisted. Like, I've been to prison. I can't do this, that, the other thing. So he has the parole officer.
Got to say, we did this with 2 kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two kids. My wife worked while I was in school. One year I made $11,000 on the books with children. I was on welfare. I was getting WIC. I mean, I had no money. My wife had the car. I had really nothing. So she
and
pushed
this is
it.
when you were going to school, working, doing all that.
I had cash, but that went all. Gave it to her and whatever. We lived with my parents, which we still do, but that went to everybody, and the money went to the family. So
yeah, but that's more struggle, more sacrifice to get to a bigger place, right? But you got the parole officer. Then you have your teacher, right? You have your teacher who says, "Look, your writing's good. Let's come sit down."
A lot of things that have fallen in line.
Yeah. Then she introduces you to that guy. Right.
Yeah.
Then she introduces you to that guy.
So many things.
Then on top of that, like, Ray gives you a chance, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, again, like, sometimes we're just unaware of the signs. Sometimes we're asking God for help, and we just don't see that He's sending people, and God speaks through others.
Like Joe D in prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where would you be if you didn't learn the ropes of prison? Who knows? Maybe you'd be doing full 20.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're doing Brutus.
But that was,
Or receiving Brutus.
that's what I mean. We're doing Brutus. Doing big Bubba.
So obviously there's a support group, and there's people like, no, Lou, you got it. You could do it, right? And push you in the right directions. So before I get to your philosophy, because I know that you had a very good relationship with Father Licata, and you were in prison for a while, is there any other moments or things that somebody said or people that, like, helped you when you were at a crossroads and you didn't know what to do, that kind of inspired you to keep on moving in a certain direction?
No, it was always my will to try and make sure that my family is okay. Like, to make sure that me going away, I destroyed a lot of lives. You know, I hurt a lot of people being irresponsible in my thinking when I was younger. Now that I'm older, the first thing I want to do sometimes is jump out of a car and go chase somebody, but I don't, because I have so many people that depend on me. When I was a kid, I didn't care. I cared about my reputation and making a name for myself maybe a little bit, and fulfilling what I thought people, thought people...
Was that a fart?
thought of it. Yeah.
Yeah. This magic moment.
We'll fix it in post.
So I had somebody to live up to when I was younger, which I wouldn't do now. I wouldn't care about that person now. Like, I wouldn't care what people think about me now. I'm 52, and you know what I mean? I don't have to live up or try and live up to that 19-year-old kid that feels like he has to be here.
Well, you're comfortable in your own skin. You know who you are.
Yeah.
You've been through so much.
Yeah.
So, and that's
Sorry, I caught an ADD moment, man.
No, that was what do you mean? No ADD moments here. It's awesome. There's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff to digest for us and our listeners, and I appreciate you coming on.
To me, what I was meant to say, I'm so sorry cutting anybody off.
No, not at all.
To do this and to change my life, and to I never thought I'd be where I am now. I'm a partner in a physical therapy practice. I did it to show all my family, like, thank you for helping me all these years and helping my family.
What's the name of your physical therapy?
It's called Total Physical Therapy and Athletic Training. We have 5 offices in Nassau County, 2 in Suffolk.
Oh, wow. Nice. And so now let's get to your philosophy. So your philosophy, like, if you had to give a philosophy that you live by, like a creed, like, this is like a sentence that describes my way of living now.
I'm Yoda. It's do or do not, you know? I'm
or
Yoda
do
guy.
not.
Yoda's my favorite Star Wars guy. Do or do not. I'm not a master Jedi, but I'm probably a little bit above a Padawan in my thinking.
I like to consider myself a master Jedi, personally, due to my years of experience in summer camp. I learned a lot.
Full
I learned
circle.
a lot.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Yes,
Yoda's Jewish.
You guys are joking around and underselling this. Trust me. You had to watch your back in summer camp. You don't even know what it was like.
I know.
It was tough.
I
learned
know.
a lot.
Headlocks are tough, dude.
Well,
and
noogies.
wedgies.
There was swirlies. The counters would hold you by your legs and stick your head in the toilet and flush the toilet, and your hair would swirl up.
But that makes sense because, again, like, my brother's a man of action. You know, a lot of people like to talk. I was always a talker. You know, and again, like, I have gratitude because I just said it to my best friend Joe and my other best friend Billy. Like, I'm not afraid to say who I admire, who I look up to, who I try and, like, emulate at this point in my life. You know what I mean? Because I want to become a better man so bad it hurts sometimes because I fall short. You know, and I
think that, but just by living the right every day, you're a better man every day, bro.
Absolutely.
You're
All
hurting
you
yourself.
guys.
No,
I'm just saying,
absolutely.
like, you live right and live righteous, you live by the code of your code. You do right by people. You do the right thing by God, your family.
Yep.
I mean, not that I'm a holy roller, but God is real.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm a holy roller.
And
Definitely.
Your family,
God's
take care of the
everything.
people who've taken care of you, and show them that you're always doing the right thing, and you can look yourself in the mirror. Yeah, I fucked up. I mean, who didn't? Who doesn't fuck up? Who wants a boring ass life like that?
We all fuck
You know
up.
what I'm saying? There's no excitement.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
nothing. Like you have nothing to be like. Well, I had that. Now look, to be grateful for. You know,
Yeah.
it's good to learn.
Well,
I mean,
that's what I didn't get for so long, though. Like, you could live a totally different life and be a totally different person. And that's what I was saying. It's like, I didn't realize how much life was about action. Whether you know it's going to work out or not, just keep moving forward. And that's one of the things,
Yeah.
like,
it's
you
immaturity
taught
too
me.
with
Yeah.
life. The longer you live, the more you understand life. The more you understand your father and your mother,
Yeah.
and you're like, I get it now.
Yeah.
I fucking get it. Quick story. Fast forward. Joe's dating a girl.
Yeah.
Her sister's going to school in Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
The family comes up to New York to meet us.
Yeah.
She goes back home to school.
Yeah.
She's in school. She's in a law class. They're doing cases that could have been fought in court as self-defense, but were not. She calls my brother Joe. She says, Joe, is your brother Lou, what's the last name? He's like, yeah. She's like, it's so funny. His case, we're studying his case in school
Fuck. It's
for
crazy.
cases that could have been fought for self-defense.
I
but
told
weren't.
you. Yeah. That's
Well,
what
no,
I said.
but
But
again,
I'm just saying, listen,
Yeah.
you're 19 years old.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
you're
you don't
out
come
by the
home
time
when
you're
you're
30.
45 or when
You're
you're
out by the
30.
time
but
you're
again,
30. Yeah.
and that's why I want to bring up, and then we'll close it out, exactly what he said before. That's one of the things, even as a kid, I understood. I saw the path he was
Yeah.
on, and I became grateful that, just like my other friend that got locked up and totally changed his life around, I got to see these people and witness big struggles and big crossroads where they had to turn their life around. They didn't have to. They could have kept on going in that direction, but I was able to see that, like the path he was going on, and I was able to have gratitude for that.
Yeah.
The fact that, he spent 9 years in prison, but it could have been longer. Maybe if he didn't get locked up, it would have been worse.
He'd be
He would have
dead.
been dead
It would have
or
been
in
worse.
prison.
It would have probably been
And
away
that's
for a
the
long
idea.
Yeah.
Like, things do happen for a reason, but
Yeah.
again, you can't give up. You
Yeah.
can't give up, and you can't keep telling yourself a lie, define yourself by actions or mistakes you made. And that's one of the things I respect about you most and love you for. You never changed. You just became even more heartfelt, even more protective, even more of like a man of your word and integrity. Like, you just kept on growing. Like, even in the darkest times, you kept on growing. And when you came home, you were no different. I thought you were going to be different. Like, I thought you were different because I was a drug addict. I'm like, why doesn't he understand me? But I was just a little bitch. But like,
Well, I knew you were doing the wrong thing.
yeah, but you were never
know?
you were never different. Like, the character, the man that I looked up to when you left,
Right.
and my whole life just came back even
It's
better.
amazing.
And it's just like, and I want people to understand that, because
That's not everyone's
We grow
story.
through
That's
struggle.
not
perfect,
everyone's
man.
story.
I deal with mental stuff all the time.
Of course.
I never think I'm good enough sometimes. Think I got a great coach. She's my wife. She pushes me through everything. Tells me stop being a pussy and go to fucking work.
She says that. She uses the word "stop being a pussy." That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a badass bitch. That's how
Yeah.
they used to make them back in the day.
That's awesome.
Stop being a pussy
Yeah.
and go to work.
Yeah,
You're fucking
that's
fine.
fucking
You're great. Kid, stop. She's like, I can't have time for you. Enough of that stuff. Like, get
That's
out of here.
amazing.
Go
I
work
love
out.
that.
Go take some steroids or something.
Let's end on that.
That's amazing.
All right, for
Yeah.
everybody out there suffering, sitting at home waiting for something to happen,
Stop
being
being
a
a
pussy.
fucking pussy,
Go
you
to fucking
stupid
work.
little
Go
bitch.
work out. Because again, they say it all the time. Like, you can't think yourself into right action. You have to
Yeah.
act yourself
Think
into
what
right
you are.
thinking.
You are what you think, right?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
are what you think. Thank
Well,
you, everybody.
Lou, thank you so
you.
much. I love you. I appreciate you. And thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
on here and sharing
I'd
your
let you-
story.
I'd love to have you back because I want to hear more shit.
Yeah, I would love to.
Absolutely.
Let me
Yeah.
know, man. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
brother.
I appreciate you having me.
Later.